the 49ers turned to shine. A man called Hacksaw stuffed Pete Johnson at the goal line. San Francisco won Super Bowl 16. 3 years later, the 49ers, led by Joe Montana, had their second Super Bowl win, this time against Miami. Miami and the old Orange Bowl. The Dolphins have played all their games here for 21 years. And you know, none of them might be as important as this game against San Francisco, because Miami is now 1-2. And it's hot. 75,000 plus, a sellout here at the Orange Bowl to watch the Dolphins come back. Maybe, temperature 88 degrees, humidity 61%, a 9-knot breeze right off the ocean. Might affect the kicking, but we'll wait and see. And of course, this is Florida. You better believe it is sunny. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Brookshire. Along with me, the Super Bowl coach from the Philadelphia Eagles, Dick Vermeil. Dick, Kemp now has a starting game, a win under his belt for the 49ers. Has he solidified himself and the 49ers, do you think?
Well, Tom, I don't think you can evaluate Kemp as a backup quarterback anymore. He leads the NFL after 2 starts in percentage complete at 70%, and today he has a real advantage. He's attacking the league's least effective defense.
And, of course, Jeff, like all of us, will be watching the fellow on the other side warm up, Dan Marino, maybe the best thrower in the game. 6 touchdowns, and yet the Dolphins lose. Has Shula's ship taking a torpedo below the waterline? Can they recover?
Well, you know and I know that Shula's teams never quit, and it's too early in the season to say that, but Dan Marino leads an offense that scores a touchdown every 14 plays, and he's attacking a defense that gives up one every 80 plays. It appears to me it's bets against the best this afternoon in that category.
I hate to open with a cliche, but something's got to give here today. The coaches, Bill Walsh, 2 Super Bowl wins in the 80s in this decade. Look at that, 68 and 49. Certainly one of the great coaches around. And Don Shula, he's been a coach, a head coach, in 6 Super Bowls in the National Football League, and in September, darn near unbeatable, dating all the way back to 1970. That's Reveiz, Fod Reveiz, the kickoff man. The win will be to his back. And as you know, the special teams for San Francisco have certainly not been of Super Bowl quality.
At least not in the kickoff coverage last week. They were really bad. You can bet they'll be better this week.
Well, let's see if they can return some. That's what we're going to be looking at here. Harmon, of course, is back to kick. He's standing on the San Francisco 2.5-yard line. Miami is the best AFC team against NFC teams, 43-9. Derek Harmon back. And Carl Monroe. And Reveiz will do the kicking. Miami is 1-2. The last time they were 1-2, they won 9 of their next 11 games.
Went on to the Super Bowl.
Out of the end zone, and the 49ers will take over on the 20-yard line. Number 9, Jeff Kent. He said, his mother said, tell Tom and Dick I am 6 foot and 1/4 inch tall. And we're not going to argue. If that's what he says, that's what it is. The defense against young Kent. T.J. Turner, the rookie. Bob Baumhauer's got a bad knee. And George Little at right defensive end. Brzezinski, Ship, Offerdahl, the rookie, he's a good one. And Mark Brown is in for Hugh Green. Look out for this secondary. Langford and Judson and Blackwood and Brown, they better get on the horses. The crowd is really into it. Straight ahead to Roger Craig. No. Here's the San Francisco offense. Kemp, Roger Craig, 1,000 yards both ways last year, rushing and, of course, catching. Harmon is still in there. Prince can't play. Clark and Rice, 2 of the best outside. Bubba Paris, Ayers, Quillen, Cross, Farnhorst, and Francis.
That group is not a real physical group. They're a more mobile movement group, and I don't know how effective they'll be at just knocking you off the ball, Tom.
2nd down and 8. Kemp. As Clark ran a different pattern, and Kemp just threw it away. Jeff Kemp went one way with it, and Clark went to the sidelines. He was supposed to go up, at least the quarterback thought he was going to.
It appears that Kemp thought he was going deep. You'll see in the middle of your screen now Dwight Clark driving off, going to the right side. Now he's going to break an out pattern right there, and the ball was thrown deep. Miles over his head. Breakdown in communication, Tom.
3rd down and 8. crowd is really into it. Third down and 8. The slant pattern in and out of the hands of Clark at the 31-yard line. Bud Brown was in there to defend against the pass.
That's a tough one to catch when you're coming right inside, Tom, at a safety like Bud Brown, number 43. He gets a nice inside release, not a big chuck right there. I don't think he took his eye off it. I just think he dropped the ball. This type of receiver, Dwight Clark, has caught too many going inside to say that he heard footsteps.
Runager kicking from deep in his own territory, unusual. And Jim Pruitt, who already has a touchdown run back this year for the Dolphins, waits for it. Pruitt fumbles the ball. I believe Miami retains the possession at the 42-yard line, but it was close. A 42-yard punt and a fumbled, muffed return. Here's Dan Marino coming on the field. Boy, he can set it up and throw it as well as anybody. Here's the defense against him for San Francisco. Jeff Stover, the sacker. Michael Carter will watch him against Stevenson. Dwayne Board at the linebacking spots. McCall, Ellison, Fawnhorst in there, and Keena Turner at right outside. McKyer and Griffin, the rookies. Williamson and Lott, the Pro Bowl veterans. Complete to the 46-yard line to number 85, Mark Duper. A 12-yard trigger pull. Here's the offense. Hampton, Woody Bennett, the blocking fullback. Duper and Clayton, two of the very best. Cleveland Green, Foster, Dwight Stevenson is the best in the NFL at offensive line. Ron Lee, Greg Cook, obtained from Green Bay, and Hardy's the tight end.
They haven't had much opportunity to block the run, Tom.
Yeah, they only ran 17 times last week against the Jets. That's Hampton on the toss. Oh, a loss of a yard. Good defensive play by Dwayne Board.
That Dwayne Board is a hitter. He has been a hitter. Here's a guy that was cut from the Pittsburgh Steelers in '79. Right off the bat, he ends up with the 49ers, and he's been a winner ever since. Really likes to get after you.
And they've got fresh defensive linemen, 9 for the 49ers, so they can keep fresh people coming if you want to throw it, and that's what we expect from Dan Marino.
Yeah, you know, the offensive linemen from Miami weren't talking about the normal group. They were talking about Charles Haley. They're scared to death of that guy's quickness, the young rookie.
He's a comer. Second down and 10, facing Marino. He's got time. Marino overthrows, intercepted by Ronnie Lott at the 25.
You're going to see Ronnie Lott sitting right here playing safety in a double zone. Quarterback will go back. Dan Marino, a lot of time. You saw Lott rotate over to the right corner of your screen. A lot of time to throw. Rushes are picked up. Michael Carter, 95, being held on the line of scrimmage. He throws it late out there in the corner between the double zone. Lott does a nice job of picking it off. You know Marino doesn't throw many interceptions.
I know it. That's the third interception for Ronnie Lott in 1986. The crowd is into it. First and 10 at the 25. Play action. Kemp going for Rice. Oh, in and out of the hands of Jerry Rice.
You're going to see Jerry Rice right there, number 80, being covered by Judson and Paul Langford right there. The ball was in against his hip and rolled off his hip, and the size of Rice's hands, you can't believe he could ever drop one. I've never seen a pair of hands any bigger than that guy's.
Well, Harold Carmichael's 6'9", and his hands look
about the same size.
Don't
They were unbelievable. I put my hands up to him yesterday, Tom, and it just dwarfed my hands.
Kemp is 0 for 3.
Look at the size of those hands on his hips right there.
What a player. He's the game breaker for the 49ers. Second down 10. Kemp overthrowing Mike Wilson, and Wilson really gets a shot by Brown. Both quarterbacks are throwing their fastball.
Yes, they are. You would think because of the potential scoring threats of Miami offense that Bill might come in here and play it a little more conservative and play a little more ball control and try to eat up the clock. But that obviously is not his philosophy today.
The 49ers, while not averaging much rushing, rushed 42 times against New Orleans. 3rd down and 10. Shotgun. That's Rice in motion. Rice has it off his hands at the 47-yard line of Miami. He was open.
He was open. Tough ball to catch. Rice was coming down the hole, looking back over his inside shoulder. The ball was thrown slightly over his outside shoulder. You're going to see Kemp here in the shotgun, take the snap, have good time to throw. Rice moving to the right side of your screen will work down the middle from the right. Here he goes, number 80, and you see the ball was over his right shoulder, and he didn't have time to turn. Tough to catch.
Pruitt waiting for Runinger's kick. Pruitt at the 26 holds on to this one. Pruitt gets to the 34-yard line. An 8-yard return. Wow. 2 high-powered offenses and no score.
This is today's Chevrolet S10 Blazer.
For the fun, for the chores, for the town, or the great outdoors, it's all there for you.
Weekends, work, or just plain cruising. Chevy S10 Blazer can do it all with versatility, style, and a touch of fun. No wonder it's America's favorite sport utility vehicle.
Now the big one. Get 2.9% financing or up to $750 cash rebates on most new 86 Chevy trucks.
When you start something good, everyone wants a piece of it. Take light beer from Miller. Now there's lots of light beers out there saying they're less filling. Heck, that was the easy part. The hard part is brewing a light beer that tastes great. That's why Light's always brewed only with the finest ingredients. To let all that great beer taste come through for guys like you and me. The taste that's made light beer from Miller America's favorite light beer.
Hey, I always thought it was an easy opening can.
An idea can happen anytime. When you work for Hewlett-Packard, you don't just sell business computing systems, you solve problems. So when you have an idea, you do something about it. You never stop asking, what if?
You know that electronic mail project for the bank? What if we used HP Message?
Talked to Dan Marino Friday, and his baby, that 3-month-old baby, finally slept a 7-hour shift, and I think the quarterback was relieved.
Yeah, you know what Shula said about that? He sent his personnel director, Chuck Connors, on September 3rd when the baby was born to be the first guy to make an offer, contract-wise. Good move, huh?
He'd be a nanny for Shula, too, if he has to take care of Marino's kid. That's an important job.
I just want to be his banker.
That's right. The I formation behind Dan Marino. 1st and 10. The ball is right on the 34-yard line. He changes it now, gets him into a pro set. Davenport and Hampton. This is Hampton. Alonzo Hampton. Not much of a running team.
You can see why Dwight Stevenson, the offensive center, number 57, right to the right side of your screen, blocking on Carter, number 95, does a turn and pin job on him right there. You can see why he is classified the #1 center in football. And Carter, you know, was 295 pounds.
He told us yesterday he used to play at 310 sometimes last year, but he looks very slim at 295. And I'll tell you, Stevens at that time can be. 2nd down and 7. Marino is 1 of 2. Bennett, his blocker, takes the block. Marino dancing. Now he's being chased, sacked on the 30-yard line. Marino goes down. I believe Charles Haley got in there, the rookie, number 94.
You're going to see number 94 right here eventually get on around and put the pressure on him. And the offensive tackle on that side, Big Cleveland Green, told me yesterday, he said, Coach, I'm scared to death of the quickness of number 94. Charles Haley. He has great quickness, and I'm not that kind of pass blocker. I'm worried about him. You can see why he is.
How about when you asked Haley yesterday what he was driving, and he said somebody else's car?
Yeah, he says, I'm not doing real well yet, Coach, but I get a new agent, I'm going to make a lot of money.
He's saving it. Good play by the rookie. 3rd and 14 facing Marino. He's in shotgun. Defense is dominating here in the first period. Offsides. San Francisco. Haley might have jumped. Flags are down. Marino gets a free one, a screen back, and dropped by Tony Nathan. Marino's dumped anyway.
Shotgun sprint out, throwback screen. Could be a big play.
Chuck Heberling gave it both ways. Was it offsetting? Did he corrected his mistake, we are told? Well, let's see him correct it for you, people.
Offside, defense, number 94. Third down.
Rookie eagerness.
He was too quick that time. He must have heard us talking about him being cat quick up here.
Cat quick.
He says, now I'll get on television. I'll just jump off sides.
That's not the way to do it. Chicago.
I used to think there were guys that did that. You know that?
You never forgot them either. Ball is on the 35. 3rd down and 9, it's called. Good pass rush. Marino's down again. The second sack at the 24-yard line. Board this time, and Stover both them.
What we're going to see here is Board, number 76, working from the left side of here on Greg Cook, number 68, and beat him hard to the outside. Here he goes working up outside now, working around, and he got a little too much forward weight for it. He works right up underneath. Boy, sometimes you can hurt a quarterback coming in behind like that and get on his legs now.
Stover got half of that sack, and now you're going to see one of the great kickers, punters, at least for height and hang time, Reggie Roby. That's Griffin, the rookie, for San Francisco. He's never seen a punt by this fella yet, Reggie Roby.
Oh, my gosh, Tom. Hello.
Griffin's at the 14-yard line. He gets outside. He's got a wall. Griffin gets inside of Brown and is tackled just short of midfield by Reggie Roby. A 34-yard punt return by the rookie. He's seen Roby's kicks, and he's countered.
Sometimes getting car financing turns out to be one long hassle.
What kind of car did you have in mind?
A Fiero.
Oh, an Italian car.
It's a Pontiac from General Motors.
They make Chevrolets, Oldsmobiles, Buicks, Cadillacs.
GMC trucks. This is none of my business, but those are not Italian cars.
Make it easy on yourself. Finance your car or truck right at your GM dealer with GMAC.
You understand, we do have to know what you want to do with all these cars.
Nobody knows more about financing and leasing cars than GMAC.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Not everyone got a vacation this summer.
Great Gregory.
I need a vacation like nobody's business. I need a vacation.
This fall, you can still get great low fares to more places on the biggest bargain airline, United.
I got a vacation.
Give me another shot at it.
And I'm not just flying, I'm flying the friendly sky.
Nice soft landing.
Mobil One synthetic motor oil. No matter what you drive, or how you drive, or where you drive, or what conditions you drive under. With Mobil synthetic oil technology, there's no finer engine protection on Earth or anywhere else.
Here is Don Griffin from Middle Tennessee State, a rookie taking a punt. He came into the ball game averaging 11 yards of return. He breaks outside. The coverage is way too constricted. They weren't staying in their lanes. He picks up a block, gives him a little juke, gets another block there, and then Roby, number 4, the punter, has to make the play. Big play. And here's a guy who told us last night, Tom, he says, I can't believe I'm starting in the National Football League.
His longest was 27. Now he's got a 34-yarder. Kemp is 0 for 5. This is 1st and 10, short of midfield. No score in the first period at the Orange Bowl. Handoff to Harmon. Harmon gets a good block on the outside, but quickly covered by the linebacker. Harmon picks up a couple of yards, gets to the 48. Offerdahl, number 56.
There was a great block by number 61, Randy Cross, the offensive right guard. Watch him as he pulls and gets a takedown. Boom, right there, down on the back. There he goes back up inside. Then some other defender, Offerdahl, number 56, has to make the play. Great block by Randy Cross.
And the rookie is the leading tackler for Miami. He's the number 2 pick for Shula's team. 2nd down and 6, they call it. Kemp, the long drive, back to Derek Harmon. Short of the 45 by about a yard. Brudzinski, Big Bob, the former Ram. Of course, Kemp's old buddy and teammate and fraternity brother at Dartmouth, none other than David Shula, the coach's son from Miami.
Jeff Kemp threw Shula enough balls at Dartmouth to make him the number 1 receiver in the history of the school, and in turn, Kemp holds most of the passing records.
And David Shula was almost the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Boy, they're growing up in a hurry. 3rd down and 4. Kemp to throw it. Out in the flat. That's Craig. Craig has the 1st down. Oh, it's close. Brown made the tackle, number 43.
They sure like to get the ball to Craig out there in the wide area. I think Bill Walsh is a little concerned about Kemp's ability to lay it off. He's not a layoff type passer. What he does best is go downfield with the ball, and he doesn't think Craig through the end of the season will end up catching as many balls because Montana's not being there, and he has that great layoff touch.
And of course, Craig is not only one of the best running back, but he's also one of the great pass receivers. He's got good hands and a real sense for finding the open place. This is a close measurement. The way the defenses are playing, 1st down is going to look like T-bone steak.
Well, and so far, the Miami defense is playing a lot better than they looked last week, too.
You go for it, would you, Dick?
I think I would against Miami because you know they're going to score some points, and by gosh, you're already in good field position. You've got to have confidence that you can make 4 inches.
Well, and if you punt it into the end zone, you only would get 20 yards and give the ball up.
That's right.
I think keeping the ball against the Dolphins is what any coach wants to do because Marino has got the bomb lit all the time. So it's 4th and less than a yard, as you saw the measurement.
Maybe the right place to run would be over left tackle, Big Bubba Parrish at 310 pounds. He's the only monster on that offensive line. The rest of them in the 265, 266, 265, 270 category. And fans, believe this or not, that's a small offensive line today.
It's scary, isn't it? Joe Cribbs is not playing. He's almost able to. So right now you've got Craig back in there with Tony Cherry, the rookie, and a short yardage offense. He made it. Kemp got it. And the coach breathes once again.
You got to make those kind of decisions. You know, I've made some of those decisions, some of them wrong, some of them right. And you can second guess yourself so many times on Sunday night when you've made the decision and you end up losing the football game and get nothing out of that decision.
And everybody else does it on Monday.
Oh yeah, that's part of being in that league.
Jimmy Mora's team, surprise, surprise. The Eagles leading the Los Angeles Rams. Rams may have been looking by them. 1st and 10. That's Francis, the tight end, in motion out of the shotgun. Kemp, cross to Francis. That's Clark down the middle. Clark down to the 25-yard line. Francis, the tight end, went in motion, and they used the under pattern by number 87.
Bill Walsh likes these little delay type patterns. Let the zone drop. You can see him right over here on the left side of your screen. He'll go out there now and just sort of delay, let people clear it out inside. The zone coverage drops deep. Now you'll see Clark appear to the left side of your screen, catch the ball, turn around, work upfield in a great big zone. Linebacker Jackie Shipp, number 50, has to come in and make the play.
92nd game in a row that Clark has caught a pass in the NFL. Craig to the outside. Puts a shoulder to the defender, short of the 20-yard line. He attacked the tackler that time.
Pretty good linebacker play by Mark Brown. You know, he's filling in there for Hugh Green, who has a fractured kneecap with tendon damage as well, and they really missed their defensive captain. He had 4 sacks on the season, and they were getting more rush out of him than they were getting out of their down linemen. That's part of the problem.
Part of the game plan for San Francisco is to get on the board first, isn't it? Isn't that always the way it is? They get 7 or 10, and then they sort of make you change your tempo a little bit?
Well, they're a great first quarter team, Tom. They've always scored an average of 8 points a quarter in the first quarter.
Second down, 7. Action goes to Craig. Craig still driving, gets inside the 20 on his own, scrambling to the 16-yard line. Most of that was done just by number 33.
The thing about Roger Craig that makes him so unique and powerful for a relatively small fullback at 224 pounds is his leg drive. He brings those knees to his chest and rips them through tacklers' arms. Does a heck of a job with that, Tom.
Had a tough rushing day against the Saints last week.
Yes, he did.
They just started beating on him in the first quarter and never stopped.
Well, his career average is 4.3, so he's a long ways behind his career average right now.
You saw those numbers. Big play, 3rd down and 3. Quick drop. Kemp now going to his second and third receiver. Touchdown to Jerry Rice. Kemp quickly got off his intended receiver 1 and went to 2, and that was a strike. An 18-yard TD pass.
Jerry Rice, right to the left side of your screen, is going to come in and run a short, quick post. He did a little stip right there. He goes underneath the double coverage there. 28. McNeil's covering him right there. My gosh, tough to cover. Looks like they had a little coverage problem with that motion, which we saw them have that problem last week.
And Kemp either looked him off or looked away and came back to it, so it was a good play by the quarterback. And, of course, number 80 has hands like suitcases. Morawski is the holder, the backup quarterback, and Mo Wershing to kick it. Right into the 10th. And the 49ers do get on the board first. It's 7-0.
Who has transformed home entertainment, bringing sight and sound together with one remote? Who? RCA, with Digital Command Component Systems. A choice of components operated by one remote that deliver a sight and sound experience you must experience. Digital Command Component Systems. If you settle for less than RCA, that's exactly what you'll get.
Who's playing? McDonald's! NFL kickoff payoff! I'm playing! He's playing! Are you playing? We're all playing!
Collect trading cards of your favorite NFL stars.
I got your card, I don't have your card yet.
Every kickoff payoff card is a winner. Win a McDonald's sandwich, fries, or Coca-Cola.
Cards must be redeemed during the following week. Oh, sorry. Hey, you want to play? NFL kickoff payoff! Great idea! Come on, let's go! At McDonald's!
See you there. Peter! Where's the package?
Your express company doesn't know. Nobody knows.
Hold it. If you'd used Federal Express, you wouldn't be having this problem. Come with me. Our customer service centers are the most sophisticated in the business. Here's all the information about your package.
Uh-huh.
So we can tell you its exact status within 30 minutes or your money back.
Uh-huh.
Next time, call Federal Express. Why fool around with anyone else?
I should have called Federal. I don't know why I didn't call Federal. Nobody knows.
When the Spartans rock, Lorenzo rolls. Lorenzo White continues on his run for the Heisman when Michigan State hosts the Hawkeyes of Iowa next Saturday on CBS Sports.
But, Dad, that's my 4th touchdown pass of the year.
You're upset because it wasn't perfect, son?
Well, Jack's a pretty good quarterback, too. That's Jeff Kemp, who just threw that strike to Rice.
His dad is here today, right, Tom?
Remember? Yes, that's right. He's in the stadium. Remember how dangerous New Orleans made the game a week ago, though? They really ran back kickoffs against the 49ers. A low kick by Wershing, taken at the 20-yard line, taken by, I believe it's the big tight end. I believe it's Bruce Hardy down there. Let's see, it was Hardy.
Here's another look at that touchdown. We'll try to show you why the play was completed so successfully. Now follow the quarterback as he goes back. Now watch him freeze. Freeze it right there. He is now looking to his left, setting up the defense for the receiver to break underneath. And by looking everybody off, see, now he turns back to his right. It keeps people out of looking in that direction and moving to the ball. Good job by Jeff Kemp.
Good job by the 49er defense so far. They're minus 19 yards against the Dolphins on just sacks. They're minus 2 for the day so far. Marina back. Out of the pocket. Finds number 27, Hampton with it. Out over the 40-yard line. A pickup of about 6. Should instant replay be used in the NFL? That is the question we're asking in our CBS Sports poll. You can cast your vote by simply dialing the number listed next to the category of your choice. There's a charge, by the way, of 50 cents per call. We'd like to see how the fans are voting at halftime on the NFL Today. We'll have the results. Marino is 2 of 3 for 19 yards. The handoff goes to Woody Bennett. Bennett gets the first down with a lunge carrying 49ers with him, including Dennis Harrison.
Bigfoot Dennis Harrison, 6'8", 290 pounds, being blocked by Gray Cook, number 68. Dennis Harrison and his wife, Ida, have 6 children. I said, Dennis, you better stay in this league for a long time, bro. Great guy. I had the opportunity to coach him for a number of years at Philadelphia. Very bright young man. Vanderbilt graduate.
Moreno now with a first down. Most of it done by Woody Bennett. A small pass to Hampton. Tight ends in motion. Moreno back. He has to hurry, but he gets it off. Complete at the 41-yard line. To the 37 goes Mark Clayton. What an athlete Mark Clayton is.
Oh, he is a dandy. Here's Mark Clayton to the right side of your screen, coming off, driving upfield. He has the great speed. He's a very competitive guy. Now he pushes. He's working on Don Griffin. He comes back for the ball. See him tuck the ball away nicely. They're not going to rip it away from him.
He had 8 catches for 174 yards against the Jets in that overtime loss a week ago. He can slam dunk with both hands, and he's like 5'9". First and 10. The Dolphins got something going. They trail 7-0 to the 49ers. Inside, the toss back, the flea flicker. Marino with a lot of time, and intercepted at the 20-yard line by McKyer, the rookie, and Marino's man at himself.
You're going to see on this end zone shot, a man going in motion across the middle of your screen. He's going to go back. He hands the ball off. Now he turns around and flips it back. Lorenzo, see him, number 27. Now, for some reason, he throws late to his left. The coverage covers 2, which we call double zone, and there is old Mr. McKyer, number 22, making the play. He wanted to go deep, but the coverage went too deep zone. Doubled both outside guys, so they cut off their routes, Tom.
McKyer is the rookie out of Texas Arlington. Going to be a great, great cornerback. He and the rookie Griffin are in a tough spot, but they're rising to the occasion.
A little old flea flicker didn't work.
Kemp is 3 of 8. Here's his first and 10 call. Play action. Out in the flat, right out of Craig's hands. Take a picture of that because you won't see it very often.
Last week, the 49ers were running in the first half a lot more on first down. This week, they appear to be throwing the ball a little bit more on first down.
Kemp, known as Thunderball when he was with the Rams. He won 9 of his 12 starts, but he does throw it hard, and it's a very tight spiral.
The point that Jerry Rice made last night about Kemp's balls, he says they do not die at the end. I mean, they're still, full velocity when you go to catch it.
That means you've got to catch them all the way. Craig that time took his eye off. Second down 10. Quick drop. Kemp out in the flat. Harmon with the ball. Harmon to the 42-yard line before Shipp corrals him there.
Miami's defense has had so many problems. Last year, they were 23rd in the NFL. Right now, they're 28th. And how many times have you ever seen any phase of a Don Shula coach football team ranked 28th? I evaluated the draft over the years, and since 1980, there's 16 guys on the roster off 39 defensive picks, and I think that's above normal.
Remember what the 49er players told us? They said this blown assignments. They're not bad players. They just blow assignments. First and 10 on 11-yard pickup by Harmon. Craig gets a yard or so, not much. Good rush defense there. Mark Brown, who's filling in for Hugh Green, great Miami linebacker from the University of Pittsburgh, has been operated on. This young man's a good football player, but to replace Hugh Green is impossible.
And, well, I'll tell you, though, he has been playing inside linebacker, Tom, and then move outside. It'll take him a few games to really, I think, feel comfortable out there. Bob Baumhauer is the guy that made the great play on that defense.
Second down 9, facing Kemp. That's Rice in motion. Roll to the right by Kemp, and the ball is hit. It's still caught by Clark, and he drags the defender with him at the 49, Don McNeil. The ball was going end over end, but Clark doesn't care. He just caught it.
Clark likes to catch the football in any type of route. Short ones, long ones, inside, outside here. Bump and run coverage, man-to-man. Now watch him shove off right there. He can get called for that many times, and an official looks at it at a different angle. They will call that shoving off on the offensive receiver. 28, Don McNeil making the play.
2:24 left in the first. A 7-0 San Francisco lead. A Kemp to Rice aerial. This is third and about a yard. Short yardage inside. It's going to be close. Harmon is spilled immediately. Tried to run behind Bubba Paris.
It looked like George Little on the tackle. George Little beat Bubba Paris underneath in a crash stunt. He got penetration in the backfield.
You were talking about how the leverage in this young man was pretty decent on Little, huh?
And watching on film, or actually now tape, over the week, I thought Little was one of the highlight players of their game against the Jets last week. He was physical at the point of attack, and I think he'll challenge old Bubba.
And the Dolphins won that one, and this time strategy calls for a punt by Runninger. He had 2 inside the 20 last week against New Orleans. He's a very good kicker for the corner.
He's second in the NFL at dropping the ball inside the 20 right now. He does it real well.
Nat Moore is waiting and lets it go. It kicks back, and it's going to be down at the 8-yard line. Good coverage by San Francisco. 1:54 left in the first quarter, and San Francisco leads 7-0.
Well, these trivia questions are tough. Okay, Boom Boom. What did Al Capone say when surrounded by the FBI?
Back it up.
He's right. I don't believe it. Name the English band that performed the first rock opera. Who? He's right again. Amazing. All right. What beer tastes so good it's the second largest selling beer in America?
Miller Lite.
Coming right up.
You won the game.
This game is easy.
No question about it. There's only one light beer. Miller Lite.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America. Oh yeah.
It's the rhythm on the road. It's the pulse on the street.
Pulse on the street.
City and town, a magic sound. The heartbeat of America.
Chevrolet.
That's today, Chevrolet.
Ooh, the heartbeat of America. Chevrolet.
That's today's Chevrolet.
The good captain, Dr. Jim Maloney's up there, and the Goodyear good ship, the Enterprise up there. The cameraman aboard for CBS, Fred Hildebrand, and it's a beautiful sight to look down on this gorgeous part of the United States. We love to give you those shots. And this is the old Orange Bowl, the 21st year, and they'll move into a new sports stadium not too far from here and start playing in modern places. But this ball yard has a lot of memories and ghosts in here. 3rd down and 5. Marino with 2 interceptions, going very deep and trying for Clayton, but missing everybody.
Tim McKyer did a pretty good job of covering him. You know, Mark Clayton told me yesterday, I said, what do you think about those rookie corners? He says, no, sir, Coach. I'm not going to give you any information that might fire up those young guys. I'll just do what I have to do against those guys.
How about the 2 of them? You know, he and Griffin are both roommates.
Yeah, I know.
And I thought, boy, last night they probably turned out the light together and said, Dan Marino tomorrow. You know what I mean?
You know what he said to me? I hope that Haley kid is as quick as this week as he was last, as we mentioned earlier.
2nd down 10. Dolphins are deep in their own hole. Here's a quick draw play. Hampton has it, flags are down. That almost gets enough for the first down. He's short of it by a yard, but the flag was down early.
I think they got Greg Cook, number 68, holding Dennis Harrison. Let's see.
That's Chuck Heberly, number 46, the head man, the referee.
Holding, offense, number 68. Half the distance to the goal, second down.
Here it is. Greg Cook, former Packer, right here blocking on Dennis Harrison. Now watch him. He goes out. Dennis is going underneath him. He takes it. Now look at he gets his arms around him. He's got him on a takedown. He gets 3 points for that fall, doesn't he, Tom? Come on, Greg.
Second down and 14. Marino is 3 of 5 with 2 interceptions. But the second quarter is a big scoring quarter for Miami. That's just around the corner. Inside move, trying for number 85, Mark Duper, but thrown behind him. Griffin was there anyway.
There's the other rookie. These guys are playing with real courage and real confidence, and they play with great excitement. They're not used to the big crowds and the glamour. You know, they both come out of small colleges. Texas Arlington, one of them, and Middle Tennessee State, the other guy. And this is a big thrill for him.
And Eric Wright has one more week, and he'll be back, the great cornerback. He's probably been helping them, I'm sure, on a day-to-day basis. But they seem pretty hungry. They ate about 5 sandwiches while we talked to him.
I know. Got my bacon and lettuce tomato, that guy did.
Number 13. He's quite a quarterback. Third down and 14. He is standing on the goal line. He dumps it across the middle. Nathan with the ball to the 18.5-yard line, and just short of what looks like a first down, but the crowd cheers.
Great move by Tony Nathan. Did you see him make those people miss downfield? For a minute, though, Tommy had the ball out like a loaf of bread. I thought someone might come up and knock it out from behind him. Tony's been averaging 8.5 yards a rush. He just hasn't played very much because he had a hamstring problem during training camp.
Let's see. It's going to be another close measurement here. A little check pass right out of the shotgun, and Marino just dumped it to his good pass receiving running back.
You know, Marino has been a slow starter so far this year in the first quarter in producing points, only scoring 14 points in 3 games, but the second quarter has been outstanding.
We're talking about inches now. Now the tight ends are coming in. Let's see. The punter comes on.
He's going to punt it down there, Tom.
Hey, Roby, number 4, comes on. A few boos. Yeah. Not against Roby Arshula. Just the fact that the coach is being sensible.
Plus, they're 0 for 1 so far this year in the 4th down attempt to try to convert.
The last punt by Roby was like our blimp above.
It was 4-8 hang time, but it was returned. Coverage did a poor job. You should be able to cover a 4-8 hang time punt.
Griffin is back waiting on the San Francisco 35. Fourth and inches. The 49er defense has literally sat on the Dolphin offense in this first quarter. The tight end snaps. This is Bruce Hardy, the snapper on this. Ooh, it's a big kick. Griffin's going to field it at the San Francisco 26. Not this time, but out over the 30. Let's go to New York for an NFL Today report with Brent Musburger. Right?
Well, Brookie, the Chicago Bears are a different team with Jim McMahon. He has thrown 2 touchdown passes and run for a 3rd against the Cincinnati Bengals. This one, the bomb to Willie Gault, who breaks free, and the Bears are up. It is 21-0. Let's go back now to Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil.
And, of course, Brent and Ara Parsegian were down here doing the Oklahoma-Miami game, one of the great college games of all time, on this field yesterday. It's hard to believe.
It was an intense one anyway.
28-16, Miami. There's a lot of orange around town last night. The Canes, they call them. Good sports on CBS. Here's a play-action pass by Kemp. He's got all day. And an open receiver at the 46-yard line is Dwight Clark. A lot of people have thought Kemp favored going to Jerry Rice when he gets into a tough jam, but number 87's not bad either.
Oh, no, he's a good one. What they did, they ran a play-action pass, faking trap. They're going to pull the guard, fake the trap, fake up inside here like that, and get the back out, and then throw to the slot man to the left side. Now, see the guard? That looks like run. Very tough to to defense the pass because that linebacker who is supposed to get back underneath that can't do it, Tom. He's got to play run defense.
1st and 10. Clark has 3 catches for 39 yards. Different formations, a lot of different fronts. The toss back to Craig. Craig has good blocking, gets into Miami territory to the 47-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. Oh, it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's hot, though. It's 7-0 San Francisco.
Tonight, Andy Griffith is the alcoholic father, but his son gets drunk, and his daughter takes pills because they're a family who've grown up under the influence.
I'm John Ayers of the San Francisco 49ers. This is my son, John T. As a United Way volunteer, I've met men like Steve and his family. A family that's been helped by the United Way. Steve has made his living from the sea for more than 25 years. His boat is small, and when the waters are fished out, Steve is at sea for long periods of time. The families fishermen leave behind sometimes have trouble providing the basics to hold the family together. That's when this United Way-supported Coastside Community Center becomes so important to them. Men and women from all segments of the community can come in and seek new job skills and employment opportunities. The agency helps with child care so Marianne can find work. Here, Steve's family can receive emergency food, clothing, and shelter. The small, independent fisherman is facing hard times, and many have given up. But Steve says he's going to stick it out, and it's that kind of spirit that the United Way keeps alive.
This message furnished for the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Miller Lite. For great taste, there's only one light beer. Mobil One Synthetic Motor Oil. Mobil One protects your engine better than any conventional motor oil. And by the heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet.
Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil. What do you say young students say when they write their folks?
Well, they write, call home, say, Mom, it's really miserable weather down here. I'm taking 20 hours. I need some money. I'm in studying. Rest assured, I'm doing a good job in my classroom. Unbelievable atmosphere.
Oh, it's great. And they love football, you know. There's Kim. It's 2nd down and 4. 12 passes and 9 runs for San Francisco in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead. Kim, the toss back to Craig. Craig gets a good block on the outside, inside the 45 to the 44. Brudzinski hanging on. Good lead block on the outside.
Very clever play. They bring in the second tight end, John Frank, number 86, and bring him across the formation in motion. Then lead him up through and try to cut off the linebacker.
Flags are down, so Heberling's crew is going to, for a moment, stop the 49er offense.
Number 86, 5 yards, 2nd down.
Number 86, John Frank.
He was moving forward on the snap. You're going to see John Frank here, number 86, move across and see how his shoulders are turning toward the line of scrimmage just a little early. Right prior to the snap, he's going to go in and try to cut off the linebacker, number 50, Jackie Shipp, which he does, but he does it a little too soon. 5 yards.
In the first quarter, Miami had 10 passes and only 3 runs. And they trail 7-0. 2nd down, 9. Kim, 2-step drop. Gets it to Harmon. Harmon fumbles the football and may have recovered his own fumble. Monroe was the receiver that fumbled it and then recaptured it.
You can see the inexperience at the right outside linebacker position in Mark Brown. He was late in getting out there on the receiver, and it almost cost him a big one. It takes a little while to adjust from moving inside linebacker position to the outside. 4 things to think about out there. Inside is a little more instinctive.
3rd down and 8. Number 9 is just over 6 feet tall. He's tall enough, and he's got a real strong arm. We found that out.
49ers have been converting 45% of the time on 3rd down. That's awfully good.
Straight drop. A lot of time now. He's flushed out, and he is tripped up, and he keeps on his feet. Gets to the 40-yard line, and Miami steps out. I don't see any flags, and it looks like a San Francisco first down.
You're going to see Jeff right here go back, and then he's going to get flushed out here, and then you'll find a defensive lineman, number 75, Doug Betters, chasing him down, coming from the left side of your screen. Now see him set. He works to the outside. Now look at Betters, number 75, actually moving from the right end position, trying to get him. He wanted to make that tackle because if he did, it would have been his 500th tackle as a Miami Dolphin player. First down.
Kemp running like he used to at Dartmouth. Playing against Pennsylvania. He also is really a good athlete. I mean, he's stocky and he's strong, and you know, he's 6 feet tall, and I think Sonny Jurgensen was just about the same height. So don't worry about how tall they are. It's how well they throw and run the team, huh? San Francisco 7, Miami nothing.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
You finally get the answer, and now you can't wait to tell someone. Here at Hewlett-Packard, we never stop thinking about how our business computing equipment can be used to solve your company's problems. It's the Hewlett-Packard way of doing things. We're always asking, what if?
I've got it. They need easy access to their database, right? What if we used the personal productivity?
Since I hung up my size 19 sneakers, Dave and I always get together for a few Miller Lights.
And argue about who was the greatest player.
You were the greatest.
No, Bob, you were.
At least we agree Lights taste is the greatest.
Yep, Lights also less filling. And you can't afford to get filled up when you're the great Bob Lanier.
Come on, Dave. You won the MVP and the championship. Those were the two biggest feats in basketball.
No, Bob. Those were the two biggest feats in basketball.
For the biggest taste, there's only one light beer. Miller Lite.
Magnum, television's favorite private eye, returns for his exciting season premiere in a special 2-hour episode, Wednesday on CBS.
24 years as the head coach of the NFL, and Shula went over to the officials and says, come on, let's get it going.
He didn't like how long that timeout was. You know, it's hard to say who the greatest football coach is in the NFL, but when you start talking about placing someone in that category, you have to start with the likes of Don Shula.
And Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh, if Bill had been in the league as long as, say, a Don Shula, not getting the opportunity to start as early in his career as a head NFL coach, I'm sure he would automatically be in that category.
Kemp comes to the line, first down and 10 after his scamper. Right on the Miami 40. Play action. Getting chased out and throws it off balance, and it's in and out of the hands of number 85, Mike Wilson. The ball was thrown in error, but it wasn't intercepted. He was lucky.
You're going to see Mike Wilson crossing your screen right to left, coming in motion. He doesn't actually get there. Now he's going to come underneath. See him right there? Actually was being held right in the middle of your screen, lower left-hand corner. Now his ball is thrown late, and Bud, here comes Bud Brown, number 43, and he really gives him a pop.
Good pressure by T.J. Turner, the rookie out of Houston, at that left defensive end spot.
If Miami is going to be effective defensively, they've got to get more pressure out of their 3-down lineman or 4-down lineman.
Kemp is 7 of 14 for 72 yards and the 1 touchdown. Second down 10. Deep drop. A lot of time. Now he's chased and throws it off balance and wastes it away. Big pressure by number 71, Mike Charles. He just came off the suspended list about 3 days ago, didn't he?
Yes, he did. You're going to see the man in motion right here now working across Dwight Clark, number 87. He's going to straight back now. You can see on the nose 2 people working. There's Mr. Ayers, 68, working on Charles, 71, and he just kept on coming. He should be fresh. He hasn't been around for 4 weeks.
Yeah, for 20 days. Third down and 10. Kemp on a straight run. The blitz is on. Kemp lets it go and wastes it out of bounds. Kozlowski, the safety blitz, and the crowd does whoop it up.
You're going to see these two people, there they go, rolling up inside. Number 56, Offerdahl, he has no sacks in his career. He almost got his first one right there. And Mike Kozlowski.
Here's Runninger kicking it up. Poocher heading it for the end zone, or not the end zone, but the out of bounds. And this one got up in the breeze and strayed a little bit. Let's see. The Zebras are walking it back. It looks like the 18-yard line, and Runninger isn't happy. Good defensive series when backed down into their own territory by the Dolphins. It's 7-0 San Francisco. We're in the second quarter.
Sure, the pride is back. Plymouth Sundance and Plymouth Voyager are the proof.
I want to live in the land of the free. Teach my children what my daddy taught me.
Plymouth Sundance Series, the unbelievable American, under $7,800. Sundance, the best value of any car in its class, including the imports. Sundance, with 47 standard features and laser check quality, unbelievable Plymouth Sundance. Versatile Plymouth Voyager with front-wheel drive, car-like handling and comfort. Spacious Plymouth Voyager, still way ahead of the competition. Sundance and Voyager are backed by Plymouth's 5-year or 50,000-mile protection plan. Now you know why the pride is back.
The pride is back, born in America again.
We're MCI. We match ourselves with a worthy opponent, then put them to the test of competition. And because we compete with tenacity as well as technology, we've built a network so modern, it enables you to leverage our knowledge to your advantage. MCI, thousands of people who compete for one reason, to help you win. MCI, communications for the next 100 years.
When the Spartans rock, Lorenzo rolls. Lorenzo White continues on his run for the Heisman when Michigan State hosts the Hawkeyes of Iowa next Saturday on CBS Sports.
The Dolphins have 39 yards in total offense, 13:08 left before halftime. The I formation shifts into a pro set behind Dan Marino. He's throwing. He's being rushed and gets away from the rush. Throws it on the run, and it's intercepted. At the 29-yard line, number 55, Jim Fonhorst, comes up with it. The third interception for San Francisco.
You're going to see big Roy Foster pull and try to get the linebacker to keep the pressure off the quarterback. He doesn't get it. Now, nice play action fake up inside. Now he tries to get there. The linebacker is deeper. He flushes him. Dan does a good job of avoiding and a poor job decision-wise of throwing the ball downfield late back to the inside. Interception, and he's only thrown one interception every 33 pass attempts in his career coming into this ball game, Tom, and he's already thrown 3.
Big pressure that time by young McCall at 6'6", who allowed Fonhorst to make the interception.
Well, I'll tell you this, an interception costs you 5.5 points every time you throw one more than your opponent.
Well, that sounds like 16.5 points already. Kemp back to work on 1st and 10. Receiver had fallen down, John Frank.
You're going to see Mr. Frank right here on the right side of your screen. I think I've got him right there. Here he's going to come off. He's letting everybody else clear out. He just chucks that linebacker, works right there in that little 4-yard type pass, and for some reason, it was thrown behind him.
This is grass, natural grass here at the Orange Bowl. In '76, they went from a rug that had big seams in it that was worn out, and they put real grass in here, and the 49ers play well on natural turf. 2nd down, 10. Harmon hit hard at the 25 and straightened up by Mike Charles. Charles was suspended back on the 6th of this month when he showed up late for practice. He refused to take a physical then, including a drug test. He did take a physical finally on the 10th. He was reinstated on the 26th. Right away, somebody stuck their finger in his eye the first day he came back to practice, so it's been rough, but he's very agile, a very good rusher. And Shula said if he's going to help us, we might as well have him to play San Francisco. Get his life straightened together, get it together. 3rd down and 6. Handoff to Cherry. The rookie bolts over the 20. There's some quickness there.
He is very quick, very quick. He's very small in stature, 5'7", 187 pounds. But he led the Pac-10 last year, Tom, in all-purpose yardage with 1,573 yards. So he can carry the ball. You know, it only weighs a few ounces, you know. So you don't have to be a giant to run with it.
It does. It weighs 14.5 ounces. Did you know that? A football does?
He really, I did know that. He really has great legs, too. He really has the good calf muscles, good definition. It's just all sort of pushed down and compact into a little 5'8" frame.
He was born in Tripoli, wasn't he? The son of a service person?
That's right.
For our country?
Yeah.
Playing like gangbusters. It's going to be short of the 1st down by about the length of a ball. Walsh always looks the same. Wershing will come in now. He doesn't look up at the bar. He will just look for the shoulder of the holder, Morawski, and keep looking down. You know how these kickers are.
Yeah, I know. He came into the game only needing 40 points to reach 1,000 points in his career, of which only 12 other NFL players have ever done.
He's amazing. Looking down still now. You notice he hasn't looked up. He likes to kick off the natural grass. He is 7 of 9. This is a 36-yard attempt. And Mo strikes again.
He's 4 for 4 from that distance this year, kicking real well. I think his leg even appears to be stronger in watching him in practice.
He was cut by the Chargers, then he was picked up by San Francisco, cut by the 49ers, and then re-signed, and that's been one of the great reclamation jobs of all time. Number 14 is very, very steady. Yesterday on this same field, we talked about the Oklahoma game. This is Testaverde. Here's the young man. A lot of people, Bill Walsh and McVay and all those people came out to watch him play from San Francisco. Here he is with his folks. Look at the numbers against Oklahoma, the then #1 rated defense in the country.
And what did Switzer say this morning? I don't want to ever play that team again.
He said he's the best quarterback Oklahoma has ever played against in 21 years.
I bet Bill liked what he saw in watching that guy. Of course, everybody did, you know.
Well, if Joe Montana decides that he can't play, a 6'5" quarterback who weighs 219 and scrambles so well as he did against Oklahoma.
Right, and they have so many early picks next year, they might be able to maneuver and get a shot at the guy.
2 number 1s and 2 number 2s in next year's draft. They could draft up into a better position. Wershing's kickoff really deep with the wind behind him. And the Dolphins will take over at the 20-yard line. 3 interceptions. That ties the worst that Dan Marino's had since he's been in the NFL.
Tom, you turn the ball over, you lose. That's all there is to it. You're going to lose if you turn the football over. You don't have to be a Phi Beta Kappa to figure that out. But I'll tell you this guy can come roaring back like a lion. The second quarter this year has been his best quarter, averaging 13.7 points a quarter in the second quarter.
You better cover Clayton and Duper. You know, when they go in at halftime, don't leave them. Go right in with them. First down and 10. Marino looking at the defensive setup, which is a down 4. Misdirection handoff. Hampton is hit behind the line of scrimmage, and now he's going to lose more yardage. He's swamped under. Back on the 14, Dwayne Board was first.
You're going to see the running back right there at the left corner of your screen take an inside handoff. See him take inside the full quarterback right there. Now it's all plugged up. Linemen getting bounced all around. Red jerseys swarming him. This is when many times the good running back gets injured on his second and third effort, Tom. I have seen it so many times. Play totally broke down and dominated by the 49er defense.
And that's a sophisticated bunch. As we said, they keep bringing in fresh bodies that know what they're doing. Second down and 16. Marino still in a jam. spinning out to the right. Throwing on the run, complete. Clayton steps out of bounds. And I recall in the Super Bowl game when San Francisco beat this team, that in that second quarter, Marino rolling out got the time to throw against San Francisco and moved the ball pretty well.
And this guy caught 6 passes for 92 yards in that ball game. He's an exciting guy to visit with. He has so much enthusiasm, and they say he's a little more of an intense type competitive receiver than Duper, though he's not quite as fast.
He'll run right up on you, though, make you make a move.
Yes,
huh?
he will.
2 catches for 26 for number 83, and it's 3rd down and 7. Marino got some of it back. 10:36 left before halftime. Dominated completely by San Francisco. The blitz is on. Marino reads it, complete to the 31. Looks like enough for a 1st down from here. Nat Moore making his catch. And Nat Moore now will move past Larry Zonka as the total yardage leader of all time in a Miami uniform.
That's right, Tom. He only needed 70 yards to add to his 7,100. No, he needed 7 yards. He only needed 7 yards. He had 7,170, and he needed that 7 yards to go beyond the great Larry Zonka as the all-time rusher, receiving, yardage man.
Your decimal just moved on you. That was 9:56 on the clock. Big 1st down pickup by Marino and company. Handoff. Good handoff. Have to get the hole. Breaks through out to the 49-yard line. And the crowd comes to life. Ronnie Lott had to hold on for dear life.
You know what happened, Tom? The inside linebacker shot and didn't hit the exact gap the ball carrier was running. Watch the linebackers here as they fire, and then the running lane open as a result. Now look at that. Boom, boom. There's the running lane. Good hold. He's up in there. Now the secondary has to make the play. Ronnie Lott making the play, number 42. He's going to bulldog him down. Get him down. There he goes.
And Woody Bennett, the unsigned fullback, made a great pickup block on that linebacker.
Woody Bennett can really block. He likes to block. It's the only thing he gets to do. He never carries it.
A 17-yard gain. Suddenly the Dolphins make everybody tingle. Handoff, Hampton outside. Gets it through a good blocking hole and is still on his feet and breaks through to the 35. The crowd is up at the Orange Bowl.
You're going to see the big offensive guard, Larry Lee, come out here and seal the defense as the ball carrier crosses the formation. Quarterback will reverse, hand it off. There comes Big Lee, number 72. He turns up inside. See him? He seals the defense in there. Now, look at Lorenzo, number 27, go up over the top. Underneath blockers and over the tacklers. Nice run.
The number 1 draft out of Florida, so he has a lot of fans here that have watched him his entire life. 30 yards on 5 rushes. Now Marino back to pass. Let's see what we've got here. Mark Clayton dances down the sideline to the 14-yard line.
Here's Mark Clayton to the left side of your screen, isolated one-on-one now on the rookie Don Griffin, who turns his backs and run. He turns, now he runs the out pattern. He drives on the ball. He misses the tackle right there. You got to make the tackle. It looked like he went out of bounds. He didn't. Milt McCall, number 53, comes over and puts him down.
A stronger 175 pounds than the rookie quarterback thought he had a hold of. Marino with a move now. 1st and 10. Hampton, hit at the line of scrimmage hard. Once Marino gets him inside the 20-yard line, the Dolphins usually ring the bell, don't they?
They've been down there 20 times this year, Tom, believe it or not. They've scored 11 touchdowns and 11 touchdowns and 10 touchdowns and a field goal, excuse me, inside the 20. 11 times, 10 touchdowns, and 1 field goal. I got that right.
So everything counts once they get inside there. Marino pulls the right levers or pushes the right buttons.
Well, usually an offense that is that successful does a great job of preparing down in that area.
Well set offense. Marino now gets tight end to move. Play action, quick throw, but away from everybody. Intended for Mark Duper. Badly underthrown. Moore comes in now, and Pruitt, as the anticipation of a pass by both sidelines is answered. 3rd down and 8.
If they don't score this time, Tom, inside the 20, it'll be the first time in a three ball game.
Ball is on the 16. Marino's in the shotgun. The blitz is on. Marino throws it away, and he barely got it off. Keena Turner was right there, and the quarterback released it.
Keena Turner, he likes to get after the quarterback. He only has 1 sack this year, but he has 15.5 sacks on his career, 6 sacks last year. You're going to see the right linebacker right here, number 58, Keena Turner, go ahead and put some heat. He's getting help with the safety. Here comes the defensive back, number 27, as well. That's Carlton Williamson.
Reves now will try his 34-yard field goal. This young man from Tennessee doesn't get a chance to try many field goals. He made this one good. He's a strong kicker. It's just that Marino gets so many touchdowns, the kicker doesn't get a chance to kick. 10-3, San Francisco.
I was one of the toughest drill instructors in the U.S. Marine Corps. I marched my men through mud, snow, and rain. And after I turned those cream puffs into Marines, I treated myself to the best beer in the U.S. of A. Miller Lite. Light's less filling. And this taste makes me proud to be an American. As for you guys out there who spent 10 of the toughest weeks of your lives with me, I got one thing to say. How come you don't write?
We're proud to say there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Let's face it, I have a big appetite for life, and I don't want anyone telling me how to live it. The world is my oyster. That's why I carry MasterCard. It opens up all the possibilities and puts me in the driver's seat. Imagine all of life's possibilities with a great one at the wheel.
No cazzo.
Thank you. MasterCard. Oh, sweet it is. MasterCard. Master the possibilities.
Pittsburgh nothing. It's heating up here at the Orange Bowl. Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil. That 34-yard field goal by Reves got the Dolphins on the scoreboard in a quarter when they really like to play offensive football. There he is, teeing it up from Bogota, Colombia. Played his high school ball here in the suburbs of Miami. Went to Tennessee, played for majors there.
He told me, he says, Coach, I get more practice at extra points and kickoffs than most teams, but I don't get to kick field goals very often, so I'm not going to really be ranked high in the scoring categories. Look at the legs on that guy. They're short and really compact.
I said, how do you pronounce your name? He says, whatever you want to say. I said, well, give me a break. He said, Reves.
Reves.
Reves. Fod Reves. Carl Monroe is waiting. The wind, of course, will be right in number 7's face. It's a very high kick. Harmon at the 6-yard line. Bounces outside and is trapped at the 21-yard line. Jim Jensen comes down, the all-do-everything for the Miami Dolphins, to tackle on the special teams. Next week, it's the Vikings and Tommy Kramer. They're close to their goal of leading the NFC Central. They're 2-1, thanks to the great passing attack of Kramer. And, of course, Minnesota has got to stop. That's right, Walter Payton, the NFC's leading rusher last season. And, of course, the Bears are unbeaten and still banging away on Cincinnati this week. Next week, the Vikings and the Bears here on CBS Sports. And McMahon is healthy, which is bad news for everybody else. 1st and 10. Kent back to throw. That's his 18th aerial, and he gets Craig with it to the 25.
See, that's just like running the football. Throw it, the ball's capped actually 1 yard across the line of scrimmage, and then they say, hey, go ahead and become a running back.
Offerdahl made the tackle.
And boy, can he tackle. Watching him on film in preparation for the game today, Tom, you don't see people strike people any better than he strikes them. Good leverage. He really gets the shoulders down, a head up, and wham, he lets them have it.
As a rookie, he's already calling the defensive plays for Don Shula.
He ought to be able to. He's a biomedical science major.
Second down and 6. Tony Cherry gets inside, the rookie, the small one. Couple of yards. Should instant replay be used in the NFL? That is the question we're asking in our CBS Sports poll. You can cast your vote by simply dialing the number listed next to the category of your choice. There is a charge of 50 cents per call. We'll see how the fans are voting at halftime on the NFL Today post-game show. We don't have much choice because the NFL has instituted the instant replay rule, but
I think it's good, Tom. It's just going to be like anything else. It's going to take time. Mike Charles is down. He might not be in great shape, having been suspended for 4 weeks without pay.
I've been against the instant replay rule. What happens now is the officials miss simple calls like offsides and 12 men on the field. They're afraid to make calls with the eye upstairs.
Actually, I think in the first few weeks of the season, I think some of the fans have been able to see what NFL coaches have recognized every week, that there are mistakes made, and sometimes decisions are not right, and sometimes things are interpreted wrong. But I really believe it'll smooth out. Let's see what he did. It looks like he got an ankle, huh?
Yeah, looks like it. He's being helped off.
There's no way he could be in great shape sitting around for 4 weeks. He reported to training camp at 310 pounds. He's supposed to report at 288. It was not his year. You know, he may be one of these guys that is not going to take advantage of his God-given talent and end up out of the football league here in not too long.
Well, we certainly hope not. He's going to get the best medical attention, that's for sure. Baumhauer will stay right in there at nose.
Let's see if we can see how it happened. He is right here on your screen. Let's see if you can see what happened now. There he goes. He's taking a charge inside center, came over and cut him down right there. And you can see that his right leg got cut underneath Fred Quillen, the offensive center's block. It looked like a left knee.
But you know, you said it. I've never seen anybody hold out in this training camp and come in late and not receive nagging, sometimes bad injuries, but always some kind of injuries because you just aren't ready to play this game.
I think you're right, Tom.
San Francisco is 2 of 8 on third down conversions, below their average. Clark is gone in motion, and Kemp is back to throw. Quickly outside, Clark has it at the 30. It's going to be short of the first, I believe. He had to get to almost the 32-yard line to get a first. Judson was there.
I think Dwight Clark must have lost vision or the feel for where he was on the field, because he could have easily been to the chain for the first down. He had a nice cushion. There wasn't a defender tight on him man-to-man.
Walsh knows you can't play with dynamite. This game is still staying too close, you know? 10-3 with Marino is not a lead at all.
No, it's not. Not with the points they've been scoring.
Pruitt is back to accept the punt by Maxie Runiger.
He's the only punter in the NFL that's returned one for a touchdown.
Tremendous kick by Runiger, driving Pruitt back. He misses it, muffs it, picks it up at the 7, and falls to the 9.
Tom, as I was saying, he's the only punt returner in the league that's returned one this year. And talking to his special teams coach, Mike Westhoff, he has instructed this guy not to take any chances in fielding a punt because their offense is so good. Let the offense go ahead and score. Don't try to win the ball game by fielding the dangerous punt.
Flag has been dropped. That's a tough place for a rookie. That's on-the-job training at its most difficult level, I would think. A 60-yard kick.
That was a great punt by Max Runiger. He is not known as the long ball punter.
Illegal block, number 90, on the run back. Half the distance, first down.
John Hindle, number 90, illegal block.
John Hindle is their number 2 guy in terms of success in all phases of the special teams. Andy Hindle read it, and he probably just got a little too excited.
This is when the San Francisco defense loves to tighten the noose and squeeze hard.
I tell you this is when also Marino's liable to uncork one. Don't squeeze him too hard down there.
Let's see if they come with a blitz or if they play back and play straight. Ball is on the 4-yard line. First and 10. The backs are actually in the end zone. Play action. Marino going across to his tight end. At the 10-yard line, Bruce Hardy is tackled.
Bruce Hardy at tight end was going across the grain. See him right here? He's going to come across as the flow goes this way, trying to make the linebackers move opposite the direction of the pass. Take a look. Here they go. Flow crossing the field. He slips underneath the linebackers. It's not a dangerous throw. High percentage completion pass, zone defense coming out down there. Good job of executing, good job of playing defense.
Charles's left knee is being investigated, and they'll check it at halftime. Number 71 that was helped off. You're looking at Hardy there, who made the 7-yard reception. 2nd down 3. Marino able to explode. You know that. Lorenzo Hampton. Good run. 1st down rush by the halfback out of Florida. Next Saturday, what a Saturday. CBS Sports presents regional college football action. For those of you on the West Coast, you'll see Arizona State, Dick Vermeil's old school, UCLA. And for the Florida viewers, Iowa takes on Michigan State. And Lorenzo White, some player he is. He had 192 yards and 3 touchdowns against Western Michigan. Next Saturday here on CBS Sports. Marino. Outside, overthrowing Hardy.
We recruited this young man at UCLA for a while when he was the outstanding athlete in the state of Utah at Bingham High School, Bingham, Utah. He actually ended up on the front, here he is, on the Sports Illustrated that year. He was really a gifted athlete.
Well, that's not a tight end's number. What was he?
He was a high school quarterback. He went to Arizona State with then John Washington, who later became John Jefferson, the great wide receiver of the Chargers in Green Bay.
I gotcha. There he is. Number 84. 9th round pick in 1978. Long time ago. Seems like only yesterday. Marino with time to throw has an open receiver at the 35. Mark Duper. Griffin makes the tackle, but Marino found him. And they're yelling Dupe.
Take a look at the pass protection right now as he comes back and sits and waits for things to happen. Now watch him come back and sit. Freeze it right there. Freeze it. Now look at the room he has. You give that much time to a Dan Marino, he's going to throw the completed pass. Because this pattern takes a long time, regardless of how fast a guy like Duper is.
An 18-yard reception by Mark Duper. The Marks brothers, they call him. Mark Clayton, Mark Duper. Play action pass. Marino quickly loading up and throwing a strike just short of midfield. Duper again. Look out, the engine's running.
Tom, what's amazing about Marino, follow him here. He doesn't have to be in perfect body position and all that kind of stuff to throw the ball 20 yards downfield there. He was leaning back, going to get hit right after he threw the ball by Dennis Harrison. He has such a strong, quick delivery, he gets it off anyway.
What feet? And he's got a big brace on his left leg. His knee is somewhat hurt, and he's had it worked on before. Hampton at midfield maybe gets a half a yard. Marino can move the team so quickly. That's the 2-minute warning. It's 10-3, San Francisco. And the pressure's eating us up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it there.
An idea doesn't conform to a 9-to-5 schedule. So at Hewlett-Packard, we're always thinking. Because even though we sell business computing systems, what we really do is solve problems. We never stop asking, what if?
Jim? Mike, I've got an idea on that branch office network. What if we connect all the PCs?
Introducing Wendy's new Big Classic hamburger.
This is the good stuff.
The soft Kaiser bun, the fat tomatoes,
This is the good stuff.
the fresh toppings, the beef.
This is the good stuff.
Wendy's new Big Classic.
One bite, one taste, one look, you'll see. This is the one the other burgers wanna be. This is the good stuff.
Wendy's new Big Classic.
Can't get enough. This is the good stuff.
When you're behind the wheel in LeBaron GTS, it's nice to know GTS excelled in handling in a U.S. Auto Club test, did 0 to 50 in 5.63 seconds, triumphed in braking, and gave BMW and Mercedes something they never expected, a driving lesson. GTS comes sensibly priced with Chrysler's protection plan. You don't drive LeBaron GTS the way USAC did, but it's nice to know you could. Chrysler, driving to be the best.
It is very humid here, at least 60-some-odd% humidity. How about the effect on the traveling 49ers? It's nice in the Bay Area about this time of the year.
It's no way it can help you, Tom, and it gradually gets to you. Fortunately, the guys it gets to first are usually the defensive linemen, and Bill McPherson is doing a good job of rotating that crew in and out of the ballgame. Should make them a little better.
And they played in Tampa Bay earlier and won there, so they've had a taste of it this year so far, but it's tough. And the Dolphins use it. 2nd down and 10. Marino's got him on a roll. Straight rush, and it's a screen. This is Nathan. Nathan inside the 40. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Good play by Marino. Timeouts, of course, very important now with 1:51 on the clock. San Francisco has 3, Miami 2.
Tom, we saw them working on their 2-minute speed drill yesterday on the practice field, and we commented on how much time Shula spends on the field on Saturday. They are out there 2 hours, and they went up and down the field drilling this. I wouldn't be surprised if they're successful in their 2-minute drill because of their detailed preparation yesterday.
The head coach is still a detailed person after 24 seasons. I'm talking about Don Shula. Here's the shotgun. It's 1st and 10. It's like he might be changing the play. Marino open and caught at the 30-yard line. Can he move it around to all the different receivers? Well, hurry up now. They got 2 timeouts and don't want to waste one. Tony Nathan was the receiver. Tina Turner a little late getting back. Remember the heat. 2nd down 3. Shotgun. Chased out. And thrown away to stop the clock. Good move by the quarterback.
That was a mistake in pass protection because nobody even came out to pick up Tina Turner. I mean, he was just had a free shot at Marino. Look at him checking with
He's checking with his counting. It's names and numbers, guys. Let's get it together.
Names and number. Nobody picked him up. Look at him. He's talking to Tina Turner's right there. He comes free. Here he is. The back is out, going out. That's Nate Moore, 89. He said, "Holy mackerel, I'm not a scrambler. Get that guy off my back."
Pretty quick movement for somebody as big as Marino. He's 214 pounds, 6'4". Turner was after him.
I tell you, he's tough to sack, though. He's only been sacked once every 33 pass attempts, which is unbelievable because the average is 1 every 12.
49ers have him twice already. It's 3rd down and 3. Marino complete inside the 25 to the 24. Matt Moore, look at this timeout.
He's got to call it now, Tom.
Wow, what a 2-minute drill, or a minute and 50 seconds.
Yeah. Well, on the practice field yesterday, it was so disciplined, so deliberate. Now, they didn't have pads on, they didn't have helmets on, but their concentration was turned down.
There's Strock, the backup quarterback, who is really involved in the game and helps Marino a lot.
He takes the calls and signals them on in there, Strock does.
There's John Sandusky to the right of the screen. There's Strock.
You know, Strock is 35 years old. Yesterday on goal line offense, he walks in the huddle. He turns to the David Shula, who is 27. He says, "Coach, what do you want in that situation?" David Shula walks up. "Well, Dad, I think I'd like you to run off tackle on this play." No, but really, here is a 27-year-old coach commanding a 35-year-old quarterback.
But you need a good backup quarterback with no big ego, somebody that'll fit into the machinery, and Strock has certainly done that.
Yes, he has. He's a good Pottstown, Pennsylvania guy.
You're looking at the quarterback on the right, number 13. You talk to football people, they said nobody loads it up and fires more tracers better than number 13. 13 of 22 for 150 yards and 3 interceptions. Very unusual in this first half.
And he's way off his touchdown ratio per pass attempt. You know, he throws a touchdown, this guy does.
How often?
1 every 14 attempts, 1 every 9 completions.
See, that would scare me on defense because
you know it's going to come sooner or later.
First and 10. The ball is on the 23-yard line. Marino's changing and moving people around. Now he gets a snap and the blitz is on. Quick release. Complete to 89. Is that Clayton? It's Clayton, number 83.
They had a lot of heat on him. He's sitting out there to the left side of the screen. Nat Moore to the right side of the screen. Shotgun. Therefore, you know, being back in the shotgun like this, they can come after you. You can miss a guy and you can still get it off. He gets it. Boy, you better make this tackle right now there. We got Mr. Tom Holmoe, number 4, number 20. Torrey Nixon, rather.
Especially when you're blitzing, because now you're really all by yourself on the tackle.
And he can...
Second down and 1. Ball is on the 14. Blitz is on. Marino beats it again. This is Clayton. Touchdown. Clayton just caught the touchdown pass. And you know who threw it?
No question there. He was due, was he not, Tom? Mark Clayton.
14-yard TD pass. And Bill Walsh knows they went too long without getting any points in that second period here. Gervais now. Strock is holding. Uh-oh, flags are down. Let's see. It was good, but a flag is dropped. Holding against Miami. And they'll reload it from 5 yards further away.
This Mark Clayton, who just caught that touchdown pass, is unbelievable. He has a ratio of 1 touchdown every 7th reception, Tom.
84, offense, 10-yard, retry.
Bruce Hardy, our All-American boy, was holding.
Many times they reach out and hook a rusher from the outside.
They hold on every play in there on field goal and extra point attempts. 96 yards, 12 plays. What a drive.
Look at Clayton there. He's sitting right in front of the fan.
Gervais now moves over. Strock is the holder. Looks good. No good. He missed it left. Everything looked fine. The snap and the hold.
Gervais missed an extra point versus the Colts for his 3rd one, and missing this one is the 4th time in his short career he has missed an extra point.
Looked like a snap hook.
Yes, he appears to approach the ball properly. He's coming right in, normal step, bang, pops it. He swung around a little bit too much maybe, and he's hooking it over there, like using the 9-iron up close there. He closed the face a little bit, Tom.
One thing the Dolphins have told us, that the game is not over. They were trailing 10-0, and suddenly it's 10-9, and Marino looks very relaxed and casual in his approach to this game. This is going to be something. 96 yards in 12 plays, a 14-yard TD pass. Dan Marino to Clayton. That was some drive. Harmon and Monroe will wait for the kickoff by Gervais. Special teams coach have much to say about the 49ers and their problems with kickoff coverage or kickoff returns?
Tom, that's one thing in going around from city to city, weekend to weekend. They never really criticize the other people.
Your own people do that enough, don't they? At the 7-yard line is Monroe. Good hold, good run back out over the 30-yard line. And Kemp will have breathing room with 52 seconds left before halftime.
Coming from the end zone, Mark Clayton, number 83, to the right side of your screen, is working. The ball fires in there. Now watch him catch it. Now wheel back around. Inside out was McKyer. He can't get back in there and make the tackle. That's tough when you're out there on the little out, then he reverse pivot. You know, you're driving to cover the out and make the tackle. They reverse pivot underneath you and head for the end zone. It's tough, Tom. You remember that in your day?
You betcha, but not trying to cover somebody like Clayton. That is frightening. It's hot for everybody. You saw Clayton trying to cover up. 1st and 10. Kemp drops it over to Craig. The fullback gets the first down with a lunge.
On that play, Tom, they try to drop the ball to the fullback and bring a tight end and one running back to go block the inside linebackers. Very clever.
Hurry up with 30-some-odd seconds. 49ers with 3 timeouts left. The sprint, and now the throw. Just into Miami territory. Jerry Rice catches it. Now the timeout is used by number 9.
Remember last week, right before the half, they went down and got a field goal. What was there, 57 seconds to go, and they drive the ball down there and get a nice field goal out of it. They're also very good in this phase of the game.
And, of course, with Wersching's range being somewhat limited. Don't forget at halftime, by the way, the NFL today will have Brent Irv, Will McDonough with scores and highlights, and a great feature on William Andrews, certainly one of our favorite players with the Falcons before that horrible knee surgery. Of course, he's still one of our favorite people. It's called Agony and Ecstasy. And, of course, the instant replay poll from all of you viewers. All of that at halftime right here on CBS.
That William Andrews, I remember our Monday night series a few times when I was coaching the Eagles. And he'd come into Philadelphia. Well, he was a horse.
He splattered people. That's the way they
really
describe
was.
it.
Great player. I think that people will enjoy it.
Wersching is a little bit limited beyond 45 yards. Don't you think the percentages fall off?
Inside the 40, inside the 40 in his career, he's 82%. But outside the 40, he's 59%. You can see there's a pretty good drop-off.
Little breeze to his back, so number 14, Mo, as they call him.
The last week out there in San Francisco, I thought he was kicking the ball long distance better than I saw him the year before. He appeared to be stronger. Maybe because he got married, he's a little stronger now. Huh?
That's right. Second down, 1. He's already kicked the 36-yarder. Kemp going for a lot. Has an open receiver, Rice. Rice has it and fumbles the ball, then recovers it in the end zone for a touchdown. Jerry Rice caught it, fumbled it, and then recovered it. Kemp comes down to the receiver. Wow.
Jerry Rice, the big play receiver, averaging 18.4 reception right now on his second touchdown. Up, bump, and run right there. Don McNeil, number 28. Now he's got to get some safety help over there. That's hard to cover by himself. There comes Bud Brown, 43. He can't get there. He catches the ball, now fumbles it into the end zone, picks it up, touchdown.
Second touchdown for number 80. This one a 50-yard bolt. Now Wersching's kick will be just for the extra point. Morawski's holy. It's down. The best way to answer a touchdown drive like the Dolphins is to get one like that.
Yeah. Didn't Jerry Rice tell you yesterday, Tom, that he's lost some weight, he's playing lighter, and he feels faster?
At 195 this year.
Right. And I think Don McNeil recognizes now that this guy has great speed and great strength in that bump and run position. If you don't jam him real hard and knock him off balance, you aren't going to stay with him.
Well, he ran by the Rams, where they have a real good, solid secondary. He ran right by them for a touchdown earlier in the year. He's extremely strong, but I think he's a little faster than people think he is.
Right, and Kemp put the ball right where it had to be put. Last week's game, he put one right where it had to be put, right down in the end zone to our left, if you'll remember. And Rice wasn't able to come up with the catch. This time it was so perfect, so well thrown, he had to make the play.
And McNeil had a chance. He got the ball out of there. Yeah. He somehow kicked it out, and he caught it again. Look at Kemp describing how great it was. Yeah. Enchiladas are on the house.
Bill Walsh told me about this guy. He says, he may not be the great layoff guy and all that stuff, but he is so bright, and he understands so well. I am not limiting the offense anymore because he is my quarterback. He's got the full boat, and believe me, when Walsh puts a game plan together, Joe Montana used to wink at me every once in a while I was in town and show me the game plan. He says, Coach, can you believe all this?
12 of 22 for the Ivy Leaguer, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he came in to talk to us. He was suddenly the quarterback. He was no longer the kid that was trying to take over.
Yeah, he was. He was poised and confident.
Wersching's kickoff now. 15 seconds left. This is going to be into the end zone with that breeze out of the end zone. Almost into the crowd. If anybody has time to get on the board, it would be somebody like Marino. And knowing Shula, he uses every second just about there is.
Yes, he does. I kind of doubt they'll flop on principle down here.
One of his interceptions this year, at least the one we saw against the Jets, was sort of a Hail Mary type thing where he threw it down for the last play before the half.
That's right. And he'd come in here only throwing 3 pass interceptions, and I think he has that many in the first half.
The only people that would take a chance on Marino, for some reason, when he came out of Pittsburgh, Shula sat down and said, you know something, I'm really going to go to the wall for you, and I'm going to draft you. Because there were a lot of people drafted in front of Marino, and it had to be one of the great deals ever made, because this young man is quality in all respects. 1st and 10. Nope. Going to go for the quick break by Woody Bennett. Out over the 35.
You know something now? People will say, geez, at the end of a ball game, Miami might have a halfway decent average yards per rush. And they'll say, well, how come the defense didn't defense the run better? Well, some of the running gains, the good runs made in a ball game, come in this kind of situation, and it distorts your defense.
You mean when the 49ers are playing for the pass, it's a good time for Bennett to run.
Prevent situation. They got 3 men up. Everybody else guarding to the end zone, you know.
Everybody,
so it's easy.
Everybody all week told us if they'd have been able to rush for 1 first down in the 4th quarter against the Jets, there wouldn't have been any overtime.
Yeah, that's right. There wouldn't have been any overtime, and Miami would have only given up 7 points in the 2nd half.
And keep in mind that Miami has only been 1-2 for Shula one other time, and they went on to the Super Bowl that year by winning 9 of their next 11. Somehow he gathers the forces. 8 seconds.
This 49er defense is pretty impressive. You know, Bill Walsh has said many times to me the defense is really good, and George Seifert and the staff are doing a great job with them, and it shows here today in holding these people like they have.
Look where Lott is lining up. The all-pro safety man is going to be on the San Francisco 40 and dropping.
I think Lott wants to get close to the locker room.
Now he's at the 35. He's clear out of range. The back judge can't get behind you. This is ridiculous. Marino outside. Hampton steps out.
3 seconds left.
3 seconds left. Hampton just stepped out of bounds.
Now what they have to do is get the 3 people lined up together and throw it in the end zone and hope for a penalty.
Boy, they came back. Went 96 yards, and the 49ers came right back and got it to number 80, Jerry Rice. But the game's not over. We're only almost halfway there.
This is what O'Brien did to that pass defense of Miami Dolphins last week. They'd be playing pretty well, and then all of a sudden they'd give them up a big play. And they gave them 21 points on 3 big plays because of miscues by the defensive safeties.
Marino now 16 of 25 for 182 yards. This is 2nd and inches, but he's probably going for a lot. This is high. 3 receivers are down there. Clayton jumps for it. Everybody goes out of bounds. INC on the last play. But we got 30 more minutes. And it promises to be interesting. '49ers leading 10-0. And then the Dolphins came back and got the field goal, a touchdown, and a missed extra point. And Kemp came back and hit Jerry Rice with a 50-yard touchdown pass, and that's the reason the score is what you see.
17-9 at halftime. Tom, I wonder Shula's approach going in at the locker room. Does he go in and rant and rave and chew out somebody and get after, or does he go in there with his normal demeanor and just say, hey guys, here's where we are. We're 2 plays out of the ball game and play. What do you think?
I'm glad we're right here. We're going to find out. It's 17-9 San Francisco.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by doubleheader action starts with the NFL today. They've been winning ugly, but they've been winning. The Chicago Bears, propelled by a man called Sweetness, take on the Vikings. Then Herschel Walker and the Cowboys back attack are going to taste Denver's deadly Orange Crush next weekend on CBS Sports.
Well, as every football fan knows, injuries are part of the game, but there are some injuries that players don't even want to think about, much less endure. And no one knows that any better than Atlanta running back William Andrews. Ann Butler has that story.
William Andrews, touchdown.
For William Andrews, this was truly the longest yard. His first touchdown in 3 years since overcoming a crippling knee injury.
I was ecstatic to be missed, to have people truly love you for what you have given them. They told me, said, William, you'd be lucky enough just to even walk normal, let alone play. And I looked him square in his eyes and I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to play, I'm going to walk normal, I'm going to run, and I'll play this game again. You just watch and see.
The sad reality is that for every William Andrews, there are 1,000 Troy Pruitts, athletes who never recover from this kind of injury.
I still walk with a little bit of a limp, and I really can't run too well. I envy him, because I wished I could have come back like that. So I
had been one of the game's finest backs, but then, during practice 3 summers past, he completely tore apart his knee, suffering severe nerve damage.
If the nerve never came back, and the chances were no better than 1 in 5 that it would, then his fate was sealed, and he would never be an athlete again.
Determined to beat all odds, he fought back, and by his side every step of the way for 2 years, the trainer who became friend and admirer.
He never gave up. He never came across as being depressed or anything that you had to deal with. You know, I'm sure that there were times, but he never came across that way to me.
Outwardly, William put up a brave front, revealing his innermost frustrations only to his wife, Lydia.
One day I came in and I took my brace off that they'd given me for walking, and I threw it in the closet. And so I walked around the house, and my foot was just flopping up and down on the floor. And she turned around and looked at me. And she just looked at me. She just stared. And I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I can't stand to see you like that."
I honestly thought that the football career was probably over. But my main concern at that point was walking again.
But just walking again was never enough.
All I'm out to do is to show that, hey, with enough faith, hard work, determination, people behind you, pushing you, you can do anything.
Irv, I'll tell you, that's a remarkable comeback.
Really a real heart tugger, though, Brent. You know, William is only used now in special teams and utility area right now, but the tie he developed with assistant trainer Billy Brooks over that 2-year period is incredible. He gave him a football that said, "I love you. If it hadn't been for you, I never could have made it."
Well, I thought he was finished.
Hey, listen, the most impressive thing about that is this. He had a fully insured contract that would have paid him over $3 million. He didn't have to play again, and he did it. Nowadays in football, anybody in the league will tell you, guys are going the other way. They're ready to take the injury and get out and take their guaranteed contract.
Yeah, we could use a few more William Andrews.
Yeah, you're not going to see many more like him around.
You got that right. Let's send you back now to the stadium and the game you're enjoying here on CBS.
Here at the Orange Bowl, the score, San Francisco 17, Miami 9 at halftime. Don't forget, coming up now, back with the NFL Today, you'll have the fan reaction on that fan poll about the TV instant replay the NFL has gotten out. We're running a poll on that today. You'll get those results and all the scores from around the league, and then we'll be back here to bring you up to date here at the Orange Bowl. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this message and a word from your local stations.
Call your friends.
What's going on?
Starting tonight, all new whodunits.
Oh, dear.
Martin Balsam, Florence Henderson, and Jackie Cooper in the season premiere of Murder, She Wrote. Then, Andy Griffith is the alcoholic father.
I need a drink.
But it's his children who are under the influence. He gets drunk, and his sister takes pills.
Leave me alone! Do something!
The daughter who longs to escape, and the son who ran away from the family growing up under the influence tonight.
This is CBS.
Even today, there are still places in Europe so isolated, hardly anyone ever goes there. But UPS does. With scheduled delivery to every address in every European country it serves, at prices other air delivery companies might find a little scary. UPS, we run the tightest ship in the shipping business.
Look at this. You can walk around here. I was in one airport, nothing but crowds. I had my suit pressed by 500 people. I told the guy, I'm looking for gate 46. He gave me a compass. By the time I got there, I missed the plane. But I got lucky, though. My luggage made it. Now I fly Western. They get me home on time so I can be with my wife. Are you sure the plane isn't late?
Western Airlines connects you fast through Salt Lake. It's the only way to fly.
I'm Teddy Ruxpin.
Well, guys, what do you think? I think he's great.
AT&T is in business video, the fast, easy way to get together.
Claire, as you take a look at this next chart, you'll
when you can't be together, from your offices or selected hotels to locations worldwide.
All right, everybody. Are we all set in Chicago? Okay, let's start our meeting. Now, about...
AT&T Business Video, now available at the San Francisco Hilton.
High Flying Hound, Sunday at 5:30.
Irvin, Will, fans want instant replay in some form. We've had over 95,000 telephone calls today. 31%, or 29,000, say keep it just the way it is. 44%, or 42,000 plus, say revise it but keep it. Throw it out, 25%, or 24,000. Let me again give you the telephone numbers. Give us a call, 900 number. It'll cost 50 cents. Yes is the top number. Yes, but revise it's the middle, and throw it out completely is down there at the bottom. Some very interesting games going on around the league. 17-10, the Saints jump ahead of the Giants over in the New Jersey Meadowlands, and Bill Parcells with his work cut out. Great pass combination developing in New Orleans.
Terrific combination, but in the first quarter was all New Orleans. Here, Dave Wilson goes up top and hits Eric Martin for a 63-yard touchdown, and that was a shocker to that Giant defense.
Well, McDonough, Jim Moore is also putting together a defense with this young Saint team.
Well, he is, and look at the pressure they're bringing here on Sims today. It looked as though in these two interceptions coming up that Sims was confused by the defense down the field, and so were his receivers who ran the wrong routes.
Well, here is that second one. You think they're just confusing him?
Watch this. Watch the receiver, right? Runs the wrong route. See him too deep, just like the play before. And Sims wasn't reading what he saw.
Now, a big break for him came when Bavaro, who was shaken up, got back in that lineup, and he catches the touchdown pass, and the Giants are on the comeback trail. Again, it is 17-10 is the count in that one. Down in Washington, it is 9-7, 57-yard field goal by Steve Cox, longest of the year in the NFL, has put the Skins ahead. How about this one? 27-0. The Eagles over the Rams. Buddy Ryan's defense has held Eric Dickerson to less than 30 yards. Ron Jaworski over the middle to John Spagnola. This got the Eagles up by 10 points. Steve Bartkowski out with an injury, but Jim Everett, who just signed, is not yet ready. How about this player?
Really a beautiful play. Keith Byers going to his left. Oops. Doesn't run. Throws the ball instead. A run pass to Mike Quick that goes for a 55-yard touchdown.
Well, how surprised are you by the Eagle offense against the Ram defense?
Well, I'm very surprised because the Eagle offense was 28th in the league coming into this game, and the Rams defense was 3rd.
27-0, the Eagles. That is really hard to believe. Meanwhile, Detroit and Cleveland slugging it out. Third quarter tied at 7. 5 touchdown passes by Tommy Kramer, 35-7. He's gone twice to his tight end, twice to Hassan Jones at 36 and 17 yards. And, Will, what about Randy Wright? He was knocked out for Green Bay.
Randy Wright's back to pass, throws a pass, doesn't get hit, and he's on the field. They don't know what happened to him. They take him to the dressing room. He admitted he had the flu.
Now, Vince Ferragamo's out there, but what about a young man with a name
I think
Doug
a little
Flutie?
guy from Boston's going to show up in Green Bay this week named Doug Flutie. That's where he wants to go. I think he's going to get his release finally from the USFL, and his old college coaches at Green Bay.
Wouldn't Flutie also fit into a Bill Walsh system?
Well, I think the Rams might take a look at him as Ferragamo, excuse me, if their quarterback is as hurt as Bartkowski is as hurt as bad as we looked at it in the period.
Yeah, actually, we can't put down Jeff Kemp. He's having a heck of a day. And down in the Orange Bowl, those of you who are watching realize the Niners are up 17-9. They are at the half. Buffalo over Kansas City. That is, I changed that. The Chiefs are ahead of Buffalo. It is 10-7. Jim Kelly had an injured hand. X-rays were negative. He's back on the field for the Bills. Houston and Pittsburgh down in Texas. 10-3 Oilers with the lead. Chicago, Cincinnati, 24-7. The Bears are over the Bengals. And one baseball score to tell you about. If the Red Sox win it, they'll be taking on the Angels for the American League Championship. 6-2, Red Sox lead Toronto. Let's send you back now to Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. We hope Joe Robbie's new stadium has a little bit better press facility for us. We're jammed in here, so. But it's a great game. It's 17, as we said, to 9, and I just have a feeling the missed extra point by Reves will not be the difference in this ball game, especially with Marina and, of course, the good offense for San Francisco.
You know, I think in that shot where Rice scores the touchdown there right before the half is an example of why Miami finds themselves in the situation that, and 1 and 2. They had problems last week against the Jets the same way, giving up the big play. The quarterback right here, Kemp, will drop straight back. Now watch him as he gets straight back, freeze it right back there, and he's going to pump fake to his left, freezing the safety and preventing him from getting over to the deep half of the field. In this case, Bud Brown, number 43, he should have been in a position to help that corner. He was not there. That happened to him 3 times for 21 points against the Jets. If you want to define a problem on defense in Miami, there it is.
And you know, the great thing is that Rice is one of the great receivers right now around. That was a great catch he made. Huh?
That was.
All right, it's 17-9. We're getting ready for the second half. Marino, well, you know, he's still going to be there firing. It's 17-9.
For every man who wears Brute deodorant, there's a woman who'll be glad he did. Because a man who wears Brute deodorant is nice to be close to, and nobody knows that better than a woman. Only Brute deodorant gives you long-lasting protection with the great smell of Brute.
Hello.
Brute deodorant, cologne, and everything else. Brute. It smells like a man.
Great.
The art of investment and financial security requires painstaking preparation, bold strokes influenced by a mastery of expertise, a creative approach to IRAs, annuities, and innovative forms of insurance. As one of the strongest diversified financial institutions, we have the capabilities to turn the business of investment into an art. The Travelers. Have you looked under the Travelers umbrella lately?
All hospitals on disaster emergency. I need Air Rescue 15 right away.
Mike, sorry to bother you at home.
So why am I always the lucky one?
Hey, that's what you get for being so good.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we got problems with the West Coast deal.
Big problems?
Big problems. We really need you here. I've checked the schedule, and American has flights in the morning at 7, 8, and 9.
Fine. Have everything ready and plenty of hot coffee. I'll be on the 9 o'clock flight.
Terrific.
Tonight.
When you're something special, people know it.
The BMW 735i is one of those rare luxury sedans engineered by driving enthusiasts. While other luxury sedans announce to the world you've arrived, the new BMW 735i offers you the considerable advantage of arriving a bit sooner.
Contact your Bay Area BMW dealers for a thorough test drive. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Subaru. Inexpensive and built to stay that way. IBM. And by RCA, technology that excites the senses.
From up above the Orange Bowl, the Good Ship Enterprise will just beam you down, if you will, and we'll watch Homo sapiens right here. That's Mo Wershing kicking off for San Francisco. No interceptions for young Kemp in that first half. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for Marino, and the 1 touchdown. But you know how he plays second half. Deep in the end zone, Mo's kickoff goes. Davenport touches it down, and Marino will start from the 20.
A little wind to your back doesn't hurt, does it?
Doesn't seem to affect his throwing, though. The interceptions he actually had were just careless throws.
Here's the big story. You know, Tom, so far this year, there have been 21 games in which a quarterback has thrown for 2 interceptions and more.
All right, 2 interceptions or more.
They've lost 17 times. Tough to win when you throw 2 interceptions.
And he has thrown 3, but this man almost defies computerized things, doesn't he?
He defies all computerized analyzation materials.
I like that. 1st and 10. Marino changing the play and starting Clayton in motion. Here's the draw, the quick draw. Hampton. Hampton out to the 25-yard line. Hampton had 39 yards on 8 carries in that first half, and a long gainer of 18, so they ran the ball against San Francisco pretty well for them.
Yeah, a little bit more maybe than at least they started out last week against the Jets. And Hampton can run all day long. He won the 12-minute run come reporting to training camp this year, so he can run. He has good endurance.
The numbers on Marino, 16 of 26. 2nd down and 5. Pick up a 5 on the first rushing play. Blitz is on. It's handled. Complete to the 30. 1st down to Hampton. Will the heat and the humidity sap the strength of the 49ers. We're going to watch that.
I think it's a little too early to tell right now. I expect them to come back just a little bit strong. Good protection. They're not getting heat on them with that 3-man line. I think you'll see a little bit more a 4-man line change-up, Tom.
But the Bay Area doesn't have humidity like this, right?
Not like this.
Huh?
Not anywhere close.
70 degrees probably back there in San Francisco, you know?
Might be raining. You never know. Could have a little moisture in the air.
First down and 10. Close set offense. The blitz from behind. Marino gets it off. Tony Nathan has it. Nathan to midfield. Dragging 49ers with him. Carlton Williamson took a lift that time.
Tony Nathan coming out of the backfield right here. Coming on out. Shows how important it is to use all 5 receivers. See him to the right side of your screen. He works. He plants to the outside. He gets rid of it just in time. Now he gets up there. He's a running back. McKyer misses the tackle, number 22. Carlton Williamson, number 27, comes over and puts him down.
Good reception and run that time. An 18-yarder. You can see the numbers on Tony today. Swinging out of the backfield. First and 10. The screen pass to the right side. Hampton. Inside the 45 to the 43. Ricky Ellison finding him there.
Tom Cousineau is in playing defensive outside left linebacker for the first time that I've seen him play for the 49ers. Tom Cousineau, recently acquired from the Cleveland Browns. There he is. He had great credentials coming out of college, didn't he?
And had the pulled hamstring for a while, renegotiated down from a $500,000 a year contract. He's making $300,000 a year, but
poor guy nearly broke.
Pretty good neighborhood still. Second down and 3. Marino now looks like he's come out in the second half to take over. Hampton, first down. Good second effort running by the running back out of Florida. McCall making the tackle, and then they move the sticks again.
You want to see a big running back right here lead through on the linebacker. Here it comes. Woody Bennett, number 34, that's what he's known for, whipping people on the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Ricky Ellison, did a nice job, too, number 50.
49 yards on 10 carries for number 27.
Bennett says, I better block well, Coach. They don't let me run with it. There's not much less I can, try to negotiate my contract with.
He's as big as a guard. He weighs 240. First and 10. Opening seconds of the second half along to Miami. Hampton stumbles and falls. Crowd beginning to get involved in this offensive game.
Tom, I agree with you. I sort of feel sitting up here in the booths a raise of pulse rates all through the stadium and maybe even on the Miami bench. Don't you feel it up here?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. I remember on real hot days, humid days, when I was in at halftime, I didn't want to go back out.
Oh, chicken, huh?
Well, a little bit. Here, even the Dolphins, of course, they're used to this heat, but they're out on their knees and watching this closely.
4 down linemen in there now.
Shotgun on second down 11. Marino with time. Complete inside the 15-yard line. Mark Duper. The crowd, Duke, Duke, Duke.
To the left corner of your screen, Mark Duper, world-class sprinter, working downfield on Don Griffin, number 29. Runs a deep square in, ball thrown perfectly. Griffin comes in from behind and makes a play. You need free safety help on that kind of pattern, Tom. You'd like to have Tommy Lott coming inside out, rather Ronnie Lott coming inside out to separate him from the ball on that catch.
He anchored the 400-meter relay in college. He is a world-class sprinter.
Yes, he is.
A 24-yard reception by Super Duper. 4 for 71. Marino back on first down. He's driving this crowd. Look out. He's trying for the tight end down in there, Dan Johnson. He might have just wasted that one at the last minute.
I think he expected Dan Johnson to turn back inside because the coverage was outside. And Dan went in and covered himself rather than turning back into the hole.
John Sandusky's offensive line for the Dolphins looks like it's giving better protection in this third quarter.
They're doing a real good job right now. Plus, the 49ers have been using some 3-man rush. They're coming again now with a 4-man rush.
The San Francisco offense stalled out for a while in the second period, and Bill Walsh knew they should be getting points because Marino's coming. Second down and 10. inside handoff. The flags are down. Lorenzo Hampton gets inside the 10, but the flag was thrown right into the hole. Offensive holding, the preliminary call by Heberling. There's a Miami player down on the ground, Greg Cook.
Greg Cook, recently acquired from the Green Bay Packers, doing an awfully good job this year, that they say, of pass protecting. They can't afford to lose this guy because they have a number of offensive linemen injured anyway.
Oh, they have had everybody. From the very first preseason game, the Dolphin linemen began to fall like flies. It's 17-9. The Dolphins are driving.
It's your money, son. But if you want my advice, buy another Subaru.
Sure, Dad.
I thought we agreed you'd buy a Subaru.
But, Dad, I did.
The Subaru XT, the Sport Magazine Super Bowl MVP award.
Who has transformed video cameras, making them more compact, simpler, more colorful, more fun? Who? RCA, with the new Pro Wonder camcorder, the camera and recorder that uses standard VHS cassettes plus solid-state technology for brighter, more colorful memories. Pro Wonder. If you settle for less than RCA, that's exactly what you'll get.
Draft beer. It's always been the smoothest, freshest beer around, poured straight from the tap. And now there's a true draft beer in a bottle. Miller Genuine Draft. It's not heat pasteurized like most bottled beers. It's cold filtered for real draft smoothness. Miller Genuine Draft. It's beer at its best.
Greg Cook is walking off under his own power, the big fellow from Arkansas.
He's very fortunate he's walking off under his own power. Here he is right here blocking on Dwayne Board. Now you'll see Cougar right here, number 67, be pushed over on his left leg. Now watch this. There's a snap. Now Cougar on Lee. See him turned over there, and it caught his left leg ankle underneath. Could have been a serious injury. Fortunately, it is not, or was not.
Second down and 20 to go. The scene shot brought to you by the Goodyear Shifty Enterprise. Dr. Jim Maloney up there, our pilot. Freddie Hildebrand's our cameraman. It's gorgeous, but it's hot today. Marino's hot. Going for it all. Tried for Jimmy Pruitt, and it bounces off his hands, and McKyer was there.
Rookie. To the right of your screen now, you're going to see rookie on rookie. Right side of your screen, number 82, James Pruitt. Number 22, Tim McKyer. Rookie on rookie. Excellent defensive play by the young defensive back. Third-round pick in 1986 out of Texas Arlington. One of 9 children. No wonder he plays good defense.
Got to be quick around that dinner table, right? Pruitt,
just
by the way,
French bread.
Yeah. Pruitt's one of the real good rookies. He's from Cal State. McKyer that time won the battle by inches. Marino is 20 of 32 for 239. And this is third down and 20. Sprinting out to the right. Throwing back now across the field. Nathan has it. Tony Nathan pulled down at the 19. Good defensive play by Haley. What a hustle tackle by 94.
He loves to fly around the field, take advantage of his size and quickness. They list him as a linebacker. They play him more as a down outside lineman, actually like the old Fred Dean scheme.
He might be that man, the monster man. We've got to get out. You know, San Francisco will have a nickname for 94. He's too popular and too good.
He says, Coach, this is a long ways away from James Madison.
In Virginia, Reves with a 37-yard field goal attempt. It's no good. The 49ers are celebrating. A missed extra point and a missed 37-yarder. And Shoes isn't happy.
Reves has not kicked a field goal from this distance yet this year. That's no excuse. He's got to make them. Most kickers do.
heart surgery. To perform it, doctors need vital information. At an IBM scientific center in England, computer researchers and doctors are transforming X-rays into three-dimensional models of a patient's arteries and beating heart. This experimental project is an example of innovation at IBM. And it could be another way computers help doctors save lives.
When the big Q flows, America goes.
You the Mr. Bailey that's selling the car?
You buying?
Depends. How's it run?
Great. Always on Quaker State.
That's good.
Quaker State means performance. You can depend on quality.
I've heard that.
One-of-a-kind formula. Stable viscosity. Keeps flowing. Protecting.
You sold me.
The car?
And the oil.
Quaker State. The big Q stands for quality. Always has, always will.
You always hurt the one you love.
People have a love-hate relationship with their cars. They love them, but they don't always treat them right. Yet amazingly, over 90% of all Subarus registered since 1974 are still on the road. Now imagine how much longer they would last if people didn't love them so much. Subaru, inexpensive and built to stay that way.
When the Spartans rock, Lorenzo rolls. Lorenzo White continues on his run for the Heisman when Michigan State hosts the Hawkeyes of Iowa next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Tough position, that kicking spot. Reves looked like the snap was good, looked like Strock's hold was good. He just flat missed that 37-yard.
Maybe he's just not getting enough opportunities to kick field goals in game situation under pressure.
And you know something? The Dolphins held the ball for 7 minutes and 31 seconds and didn't get any points. It's the first time the 49ers have had the ball in the second half. Pass out to Craig from Kent to the 26-yard line. Brudzinski and Bud Brown there. What a floater number 33 is. High knee action and all.
With the philosophy of pass offense that Bill Walsh teaches, he likes to flood the strong. Look at that. 34 zip. Eagles over Rams. He likes to flood the strong side of his formation. The three receiver side, the flanker, tight end, fullback side. And that's why Craig catches so many balls out there.
Second down. Call it 4 on the 26. Kemp knows you must keep scoring against the Dolphins or you lose in the fourth. Toss. Back to Cherry. Good running, but he's hit very hard at the 27-yard line. Turner was first.
John
Offerdahl and other people joining in. Offerdahl scared me, though. You know, he was very intense looking, even at practice when he was relaxed. It was like talking to one of the president's Secret Service men. Have you ever looked into those guys' eyes? They listen and talk to you, but they're looking sort of through you.
Right through you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he'd just soon hit you and shake hands with you.
Oh, he'd much rather do that.
Especially when he gets on the football field.
There he is right there. Got the green collar to make sure his neck's protected.
Like I said earlier, a biomedical science major. Right linebacker, too.
Second down 9. Pardon me. Third down and 2. Kemp being chased, underthrows. Ball was trapped. That was the 10th third down conversion the 49ers have tried. They've only completed 2 of them.
That's way off their percentage coming into the ballgame at 45%. In converting third downs. That's good defense by Miami, maybe poor execution by the 49ers.
Runniger, the kicker, counting down to make sure he has enough and the Dolphins don't have too many. James Pruitt back to receive it. Fairly short kick. It's going to be handled. 42 falls on the ball. That's Lyle Blackwood. Pruitt didn't get a chance to take it. I don't see any flags down. The crowd's buzzing a little bit.
I'll guarantee you Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach, is upset because I don't believe a safety should back up and interfere with the right of the punt returner to move forward and field that ball.
Next Saturday, CBS Sports presents regional college football action. For those of you on the West Coast, you'll see Arizona State and UCLA. It's good Pac-10 stuff, huh? And the Florida viewers get Iowa taking on Michigan State. Big Ten action. Lorenzo White will be there, and He had a bad day the other day, 192 yards rushing and 3 TDs against Western Michigan. That's Saturday on CBS Sports. He's got a chance to be the Heisman Award winner, doesn't he? Lorenzo White of State. 1st and 10. Marino with time, but he gets hit just as he got it off. Pressure from the backside. Woody Bennett and Keena Turner fought for the ball at the 25, but
2nd and 10. Good pressure coming. Dennis Harrison, number 96, working up in the middle. Larry Roberts, 91, being held coming around from the backside. And Cleveland Green, number 74, had 2 hands full of jerseys right there. 2 hands full.
Little shot of the good ship Enterprise from down here. A little bit breezy. It might be exciting up there today. Marino on 2nd down 10. Quick drop. Trying to screen, and I think Marino decided to waste the play and throw it away from Nathan because the 49ers were waiting.
Manu Tuia Sasopo, number 78, had read the play, and with the experience of Dan Marino, he said no sense in throwing that in a dangerous area, so he just laid it out there on the ground.
Tuia Sasopo, he's one of your UCLA fellas, isn't he?
Yes, he played for me. I recruited him out of high school.
Manu.
And yes, his wife Tina, he now have 4 children. I remember when they were just going steady. Now it's much more serious.
They're really going steady. 3rd down and 10. 17-9. San Francisco leading in this 3rd period. Looks like he might have changed the play. A lot of rush on Marino. He moves to his left, gets it off. I believe he's tackled short of the 1st down. Duper jumped up and was hit. Now they're placing it at the 31-yard line. Griffin really made a tough tackle.
To the middle of your screen, you'll see the receiver coming off bump and run coverage. There he is now. He's working up to the right side of your screen now. He's driving back. Duper on Griffin, 29. I don't know. It didn't look like he made it, that shot. They gave it to him.
They both went up in the air. It looked like contact might have carried him on the other side of the 30.
Yeah.
The officials.
Well, they were a lot closer than I am, so I'm sure they made the right call.
The right call. 1st and 10. By a hair. The quick draw. Back to Hampton. Hampton breaks through, gets to the 36. The flags are down. That's the play they've been detected holding on a couple of times. Yeah. That quick draw with Marino. He takes 1 step and then quickly gives it to Hampton.
65. Offense, 10 yards.
That's Jeff Dellenbach, who's filling in for the veteran Greg Cook at right tackle. And he's holding Jeff Stover, number 72, right there in the middle of your screen. See the tackle contact made right there. Stover shivers him, gets leverage back on him. Now he's working to move into the play, and now Dellenbach just reaches in with his right arm and hooks his leg.
You know, I think the better offensive linemen just hold more subtly.
Is that true?
You know, almost. Is that about the way to... Because it looks like they're all holding.
Well, you know, the rules are now you can reach out there and jam with the hands. It's just how much jersey you get.
1st and 20. Somehow, Marino refuses to submit. Outside play. Oh, off Clayton's fingers. Ball was really whistled.
It was whistling.
2nd and 20.
He doesn't drop many, but you know something? On the Friday practice field, I saw him drop 2 footballs and saw Duper drop 1. So
on Friday, huh?
On Friday practice, when they were working inside the 20 and all these drills, he dropped 2 on the practice field.
Boy, Don Shula doesn't miss anything on practice field. He sees every drop, every missed assignment, even on the practice field. He was amazing the other day.
Yes, he was. But you talk about a general, huh?
There he is, former defensive back. Done very well for himself. 2nd down and 20. Sprinting to the left, a little shuttle pass to Tony Nathan. Didn't fool anybody. And look at the look on Marino's face when he turns around and comes back.
He doesn't like those running plays.
That's right.
Let's not fool around. Just let me throw that thing downfield, he said.
You know, the amazing thing about his composure is that he doesn't look like he's out of the game ever. You know, and I know you defensively, you look over at him, and the guy still thinks he can win all the time.
That's why Shula says, I love to stand by him in practice because he competes with every throw that he throws all week long. He's excited. He raises the whole tempo of a practice session.
Just under 5 minutes of the third period. 17-9. That may not be enough points. Third down, 17. Marino getting hit from behind. He gets it off. It's completed. Still on his feet is Mark Clayton. Marino was really hit by Larry Roberts. It's short of the first by a long way.
This play was designed to roll out all the way because the center pulled right out with the quarterback.
Not a very good offensive series, but a lot of time left in this game. Roby now kicking into the wind. And Griffin will have a pretty good run-back opportunity if Roby doesn't kick it out of the stadium. Oh, he does. Fair catch by Griffin. The rookie's pretty smart at the 25. A 44-yard punch. No return. 49ers get the ball.
Really, guys, that was a brand new engine.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I never saw an engine start like that.
I paddle my arms on.
Come on, it's good exercise.
Hey, do you remember the cake those guys had?
Yeah, that was good draft beer. Yeah, that beer was terrific.
When you drink a new Miller Genuine Draft, it'll remind you of the best beer you ever had, because it is Genuine Draft. Cold filtered for real draft smoothness. Miller Genuine Draft. It's beer at its best.
Some new engine.
Can we change the subject, guys?
I want to talk to you about something that could change your life. Insurance. This is a policy from one of the world's biggest insurance specialists. For almost any kind of insurance. Because you just never know when you're going to need insurance. Excuse me. Hey, you big ape! You know who has to pay for this mess?
Transamerica. For insurance and financial services, the power of the pyramid is working for you.
Since the beginning, man has been looking for new ways to make flying easy. Finally, we found it. AirCal single call service and the American Express card. With just one call to AirCal, you can confirm the most convenient flight available, even if it's on another airline. And with the American Express card, you can purchase your ticket. The American Express card and AirCal. We make flying easy.
Herschel Walker and the Cowboys' back attack are going to taste Denver's deadly Orange Crush. Doubleheader action starts with the NFL Today next Sunday on CBS Sports.
Dick Vermeil, the numbers, please. What do they mean to you?
It means they're putting a lot of pressure on Marino, and if they can keep doing that, he's going to have a hard time putting it in the end zone.
2 sacks, 7 hurries. He's thrown it 41 times already in the third period. Quick slant. In and out of Mike Wilson's hands by Kemp. Ball was thrown very hard. There's Dan Marino.
He's been loaded up. How many times has he thrown?
41 passes. Of course, he's had the 2 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 TD. Now, we still have almost 4 minutes left in the third period. He may throw 70-some-odd passes today.
They better ice down his arm here on the bench.
He's got the great motion, the great feet, and he got hit hard on his last attempt. Second down, 10. The fake draw. Kemp across the middle, intercepted. Intended for Clark, intercepted by Blackwood. Blackwood runs out of bounds at the San Francisco 27.
You're going to see the quarterback here run a draw fake, freeze both linebackers, but he doesn't fool Lyle Blackwood. See the draw fake in there? Freezes the linebackers. Lyle Blackwood coming from the left side of your screen, sitting in there disciplined like he should. He reads it all away. The receiver coming from the right side, and Dwight Clark, he intercepts it. Off he goes, getting up some blocks right now.
Second pass interception for the young man from TCU. suddenly the Dolphins have the ball just about where Marino had to give it up. The run play. Hampton. Maybe a yard. Larry Roberts from Alabama, the big rookie, making fine defensive play.
Boy, the 49er defense is impressive. They are tough to move the football on. They're big, yet they're very mobile. Now, this Larry Roberts just made the player, was involved with it. Second-round pick, 1986, just a young guy. Played a lot of football last week.
You're looking at the 49er defense, and it is smart, and it is savvy. And you need a lot of players on a hot day like today. Second down, 11, a loss of 1 for Hampton. Out in the flat quickly, Marino in and out of the hands of Hampton. He can't believe it.
You know what they did that time? The 49er rolled their coverage and went up and doubled Mark Duper. The direction that Dan Marino wanted to throw took away Duper. He had to try to lay it out there to the back. Good defensive call by the defensive coordinator. In this case, the defensive coordinator is George Seifert, who runs the 49er defense. Secondary coached by Ray Rhodes, linebackers Norm Ecker, defensive line Bill McPherson, and Tommy Hart, special defensive assistant, doing a good job.
17-9, San Francisco. They once led 10-0. Dolphins are in position. Marino with time knocked down. Keena Turner somehow spiked it in that no man's land, intended for number 85, Mark Duper.
Dan Marino deep in the shotgun. Going to ask for a little bit of time. Getting good time right now. Pocket in front of him. Dwight Stevenson, number 57, looking to clean up. Goes ahead and throws the ball. A crossing pattern. And there he goes. The linebacker number, was that Keena Turner, 58? It got up there nicely and knocked it down. Great pass defense.
Guess who's on the spot? Reveiz. He's missed an extra point and a short field goal. This is a 44-yard attempt. Not even close this time.
You know, and it's a little...
He caught the bunker on the left side of the fairway.
Managing information means storing it, finding it, and moving it from A to B. When that meant linking 800 miles of Alaskan pipeline, they called Contel. When it meant matching orders to inventory at the Stoneham Lumber Company, they called Contel. Small business or tall order, Contel can help you manage information better, too. For Contel, I'm Charlton Est.
Introducing the Subaru 3-door. The perfect car for the nightlife. A perfect car for the wildlife. And the perfect car for real life.
Got a problem with the old TV? Since you usually can't trade it in, maybe you've hung on to it a little longer than you'd like. Well, right now at Curtis Mathis, your old TV is worth up to $300 in trade on selected new TVs, stereos, and VCRs, all with our extensive customer service and exclusive 4-year warranty. So, if your old TV isn't what it used to be, bring it to Curtis Mathis today, because National Trade-In Days are on now.
On the left of Reveiz, number 7, the kicker is Mike Westhoff, the special teams coach. What kind of a dog would a kicker have? Because you go home on a night like after this kind of a day, the dog's liable to bite you.
Yeah, but you know something? He's liable to kick one at the end of the game to win it. So those guys, they change the games many times. 1st and 10 toss back to Roger Craig. Craig waits for the blocks to get him to the 35-yard line. Lyle Blackwood, the safety man, coming up. Smart running by 33. Bob Baumhauer's in there playing Tom at that nose guard position. You know, he's coming off that serious knee operation. Didn't start running until 3 months ago. Here he is, number 73, playing nose guard. You can see him right there, head up with the offensive center. He told me he has to concentrate more than ever now to make his bad leg move like it used to move without thinking about it. He said, if I don't, I find myself dragging it. But it's almost 100%. Oh, yeah, he's tough. Drives a pretty fancy automobile as well.
I'd say he does.
What is it, Rolls Royce?
Got RR on the front radiator part of it. Miami Dolphins shaking up. That offensive line, by the way, for the 49ers, they really come off together. It really, literally is the ballet, isn't it?
They really, Bob McKittrick does a super job of teaching fundamental football to offensive linemen. And believe it or not, Tom,
yes,
pro football offensive linemen need fundamental technique, and they're the toughest guys to coach. They really are tough to coach in that they don't like to conform to doing things the way everybody else in the line does them. They want to do them their own way.
Yeah.
They feel more secure, especially true in pass protection. And Bob McKittrick does one of the better jobs in the NFL of coaching good fundamental technique, both run game and pass protection.
Blackwood was the injured player, the young man that had the interception earlier. His brother, of course, is on IR, also plays the secondary here. Jeff Kemp had a chance to go over to the sidelines and talk to Walsh and company to get another idea on how to get a first down on 2nd and 2.
These Blackwood brothers are really good guys. There's Mr. Kemp. Walsh deciding what he's going to do here.
2nd down and 2. The ball's on the 35. 2:23 left in the third period. The 49ers have sort of stalled on offense.
Excuse me, Tom.
Right.
Jeff told me last night that he never questions a play sent in by Bill Walsh. He says sometimes we've only run it twice on the field, but he says his mind operates so quickly out there, and he senses the timing and of when to do something that I just never question. I know it's probably going to work.
The offense for the 49ers has not had a first down in this third period. 2nd down 2. Hand off to Harmon. Harmon gets the first down and more. Pulled down at the 43-yard line. Kept in bounds by Bud Brown.
8 yards. In talking with Bud Brown, he said, Coach, one of the #1 things we have to do is regain a confidence that we can play. We know we're not as bad as the media says we are, and as the points given up indicates that we are. We know we're not that bad. And here they're playing against the #1 offense in football, statistically, and they're playing them tough.
Well, they are playing tough. 49ers, first down of the second half. 1st and 10, toss back to Craig. Looks like the Niners want to use the clock a little bit. Craig makes the corner. Knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line by Bud Brown again. Tom Brookshire and Dick Vermeil at the Orange Bowl.
You can see how important it is for the linebackers to get inside out on the running plays. Here they are. They've got to get over there when that play is forced back to the inside. Unfortunately, the play was not contained real well, and they weren't able to get inside out on the ball carrier as it moves to the left side of your screen. See, they were cut off inside, so it was a nice block right there, and there's Roger Craig out running clean.
A 12-yard gain. Craig now has 36 yards on 7 carries. 1st and 10. 49ers in Miami territory. Straight ahead drive. Cherry darts in there. Short of the 40-yard line.
Running up behind Bubba Paris. Bubba Paris told us, I wish they'd run right up behind me more like they used to do at the University of Michigan. Now, I don't know if he was boasting a little bit or really desires to have them run the ball up behind him a little bit more. Bubba Paris weighs 310 pounds.
We're at the Orange Bowl. The Dolphins and the 49ers. A couple of years ago, they played in the big one. And the 49ers conquered Miami, but I did not feel, watching the Dolphins work out, that they were afraid to play this team at all.
You could not sense that they were beaten badly last week. They were beaten in overtime.
Kemp now driving the 49ers, trying to get more points. The reverse. That's Harmon. Did he get the first down? Quick reverse as they got the Dolphins chasing.
Boy, that John Offerdahl, number 56, follow him right now, fans. There's a guy that really puts the running backs down. Now look at him. He's not fooled. He's moving inside out. Now just track him. Now watch him unload right here. Boom! that's what Shula was talking about. He said, this guy can really strike him.
And you can see what's happening to the clock. That's the end of the third quarter. The score is San Francisco 17, Miami 9. We now pause for a word from your local stations.
This is CBS.
Time to play! McDonald's NFL! Kickoff payoff! Oh, good! You collect these cards of your favorite NFL stars. Oh, like him?
Every kickoff payoff card is a winner. Win great McDonald's food prizes.
Winning cards must be redeemed by the following week.
So hurry into McDonald's.
New winners every week at McDonald's!
Collect all your favorite 49ers and win great food prizes, too. Play NFL Kickoff Payoff at any participating McDonald's.
Columbia, 1858.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? You got gold for sale, right? I can give you the best price in California.
Hey, mister, you can get a much better deal over here.
For over 133 years, Wells Fargo's come through with a fair shake for Californians.
$18.50 an ounce. That's what it's worth. That's what I'll pay.
Done. Wells Fargo Bank, still coming through today.
The new Hyundai Excel is a smart choice if you want to start a carpool. After all, the front-wheel drive Excel has room for 5, is very economical, and very dependable. But since it only costs $49.95, the Hyundai Excel may start a whole new kind of carpool. Because when you buy this car, it will help you save enough money for a pool. Hyundai. Cars that make sense.
Evening in Australia, Monday at 7:30.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Miller High Life. Miller made the American way since 1855. And by Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile quality. Feel it at your nearest Olds dealer.
Third down and 2 as the fourth period starts out. Craig, tossback, first down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
Boy, does that Offerdahl play football. I get excited watching him play up here, Tom.
Rathman leading the rookie running back from Nebraska, getting the block that got that first down. There's the young linebacker, the number 2 pick, but the first choice the Dolphins had in the 85 draft. Boy, he's Western Kentucky. He's a winner. But I'll tell you, when he smiles when you're talking to him, it's not a real warm smile. First and 10. Marino has thrown the ball 41 times already. Right now, San Francisco's got a chance to get some points. Kidd throwing the slant. It is knocked away. Offerdahl almost intercepted it, but he did keep it from being complete. Wilson was the intended receiver.
You're going to see Offerdahl, number 56, the inside linebacker here, buzz back up and get good position to jump and make the play. Bat it in the air. See him working inside out. There he goes. Now he jumps up real high. Fortunately, other people there all ran into each other and prevented somebody from coming in and picking off the ball.
49ers have 27 passes and 19 runs. This is another run. This is Rathman. Number 44 puts his head down and blasts over the 30. Hit Mark Brown right between the eyes.
John Ayers, number 68, pulled out on that time, Tom, and he really knocked the heck out of somebody. In fact, the person may not be getting up.
This big Texan can play.
He's the most consistent offensive lineman in the 49ers.
That's Offerdahl. It's down. The young rookie linebacker, the signal caller. There's the blocker. 13:54 left in the ball game. It's 17-9. San Francisco.
Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today. Miller Lite, the American way. Born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today. Miller's made the American way.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Oldsmobile quality. You'll not only hear it, you feel it.
Not everyone got a vacation this summer.
I need a vacation. What do you need, some glasses? How many fingers can you see? I need a vacation.
This fall, you can still get great low fares to more places on the biggest bargain airline, United.
I got a vacation.
Have a nice shower, Picorni.
And I'm not just flying. I'm flying friendly skies.
I'm out of there.
Should instant replay be used in the NFL? You can call in by dialing the 900 number there if you like it. No if you don't like it. We're taking a fans poll on CBS as the young rookie linebacker is helped off the field, and he is not hurt. He really got hit a shot by Rathman, and the whole thing came down on top of him, but I'll bet you'll see him back in this ball game.
Yeah, it just depends if he really did get a slight concussion or not, Tom. Normally, if you get the slight concussion, the doctor will not let you go back in and play.
The 49ers only have 2 first downs in the second half. This would be a nail if the 49ers could chew up about 5 minutes and get a touchdown. It would keep Marina somewhat at bay. 3rd down and 6. The quick draw to Craig. He gets a good hole to the 16-yard line with a rush.
Boy, I see something.
Good block up front. Looked like
Randy Cross is back in at right guard. Keith Fonhorst at right tackle. Fred Quillen at the center, 56. I wonder who's in at defensive linebacker for Oferdal now, because you know they're a little bit thin at linebacker.
Russ Francis, number 81 there, is some good blocking tight end. He has been really a good player in 1986. A great player. 1st and 10. Ball is on the 17. The toss back to Craig, who reverses his field. Look out, he may go. Craig, now he's collared at the 6 by Jackie Shipp.
Tosted got the defense stretched and pursuing, and they over-pursued. They over-pursued and allowed him to cut back. You're going to see the fullback right here start, get it stretched. Defense is pursuing, and then he brings it right on back.
Andy Hindle is in there at the linebacking spot for Oferdal.
That's who he is, Tom. Thank you. Now he makes it back. See, now Better's right there. Number 75 is responsible for leverage as a defensive end. He should make that play, and Jackie Shipp has to reverse and come on all the way to get it. Andy Hindle
getting some action in the tough kind against the 49ers. The quick draw inside. Derek Harmon gets outside out of that power. Good defensive play by Bud Brown, who's made about half a dozen tackles from safety.
Well, he came into the game making 23 tackles, so you know he's an active football player. His brother Bill is a player at the University of Alabama right now.
Now the Dolphin defense is really being pressed, and the clock continues to run. Obviously, Walsh and company want it to simply go by the wayside, and don't let Marino have too many shots at you. Crowd getting a little restless now. Clark to the top. Rice to the bottom of your screen. Almost intercepted, intended for Clark on the slant. Very well covered by Miami.
That actually should have been intercepted. That safety moved right in position. You can't see the safety coming right off the bat as the quarterback drops. Look to the screen to the left side now as he fires it. You see the safety working inside out right there. Darn, that's Bud Brown, number 43. Should have made the play, really.
Now Kemp goes over to the sidelines for some information as a timeout is called. Kemp is 1 of 6 for 6 yards in the second half.
You know, Bill Walsh, in the past, and I can think of all the way to the Super Bowl in the first win, that down here, in this kind of situation, they're liable to come with some kind of action and bring a back, sneak him through the line of scrimmage, and then across against flow.
And Kemp has good speed for a quarterback, so he can scat or run beyond perhaps the rush, huh?
Yeah.
Number 9, getting some information. He's got a bruised back, we're told. The young man from Western Michigan should be back. You see him trying to work it there.
Joe Montana can sympathize with him right now.
Yeah, Joe's watching a game, but he's at least home from the hospital and with his family.
And as they said on NFL Today, he's doing well and maybe even back before the end of the season.
11:24 left in the fourth period. Miami took the second half kickoff and really controlled the thing for 7 minutes, but didn't get any points. And the field goal kicker has missed a couple of field goals and an extra point for Miami. So what breathing room there is might have been very, very close.
See, here, even if you lose a few yards with the type of play that you call, you're still in easy field goal range. If you're a little further out, you're very careful about what you call because you don't want to take a loss. But in this position, you might take a chance or two, a little more razzle-dazzle, misdirection, and get it in. And if you don't get it, you're still in good field position to kick it.
San Francisco offense on 3rd and goal from the 5. There's the draw play for a touchdown, it looks like. It's a good handoff by Kemp, and Roger Craig scores jumping.
This is a very unusual draw play. It's the play in which the quarterback goes beyond the fullback and hands it to him from behind. See that? Look at that. Oop, you take it, like putting the key in the lock. That's an old Paul Brown, Cleveland Brown play run many years ago. Walsh has kept that in his offensive scheme and pulls it out of his hat every once in a while. You know why that works so well?
Why?
Because linebackers are used to watching the quarterback go beyond the fullback and then release and say, oh, they're not going to give him the ball.
Wershing makes the extra point. Big play by Craig. Good call by Dick Vermeil. It's 24-9, San Francisco.
I like to go first class, so I appreciate Oldsmobile quality. That's a sporty Delta 88 Coupe. But with the foursome of my own, the Zeller car
Come on, kids.
is a Delta 88 sedan. Sporty enough for me.
But roomy enough for all of us.
Olds calls Delta 88 the family car that didn't forget the family.
And Fuzzy's family agrees.
Oldsmobile quality. Feel it.
You might be able to make it on your old antifreeze another year, but then again, you just might find yourself left out in the cold. Driving just 10,000 miles on weak, neglected antifreeze can cause freeze-up and make a radiator look this bad, while the Prestone radiator looks this good. So, for maximum protection, don't push your luck. Change it once a year, every year, with fresh Prestone.
Who has transformed home entertainment, bringing sight and sound together with one remote. Who? RCA, with Digital Command Component Systems. A choice of components operated by one remote that deliver a sight and sound experience you must experience. Digital Command Component Systems. If you settle for less than RCA, that's exactly what you'll get.
It's a sport of finesse, power, and beauty. America's Polo Championship on CBS Sports next.
13 plays, 73 yards, and look at that. 624 stolen from the Dolphin offense. Good job. We'll show you that play after this kickoff. Interesting and sophisticated blocking pattern by the 49ers. Wershing is kicking into a pretty good gale right now. There'll be a run back this time. Carter, Davenport back. That's Davenport. Good tackle put on him at the 23-yard line.
It's working. Here's another look now. Watch the offensive guard, Randy Cross, go down. He'll block here. Freeze it right there now. Freeze it. Now you'll see the quarterback right here reaching around and inserting from behind. You'll see Quinlan, the center, number 56, going off on its side and gets the linebacker. Tight end crosses. Oh, complicated, but it worked.
And Francis wiped out the offside linebacker. That play really like the kind of diagram on Friday night as a coach. Marina back to work with over 11 minutes left. Complete out on the 30-yard line. Tony Nathan, one of the great ones here in Florida for years, out over for a first down to the 36-yard line, and they're hurrying up already. 42 attempts by Marino already, a 13-yard gain. Marino changing now. Haley's in the game, the dynamite rookie pass rusher. Here's the draw play.
I'll tell you that.
Out over the 40.
Tom, that hurried up offense fouled up the 49ers, and they took them a little while to get lined up properly, and it hurts them in terms of getting their substitutions in and out like they like to do with the multiple schemes.
3 interceptions early against Marino, and somehow you still feel like the Dolphins might be able to get close. Marino complete to midfield and spinning to the 46 goes Mark Clayton, and 13 is moving. They're keeping the substitutions down a little bit on that nickel defense for San Francisco.
Well, it caught the 49ers by surprise, but they got a substitution scheme in that time, Tom.
Dolphins now racing the clock. That'll stop it for a while. Incomplete at the 35. Duper was covered closely by Griffin.
You know, people might be wondering, should they come with this kind of offense earlier in the ballgame? You remember the 49ers just scored and really separated the game. I think this is the right time if you're going to go into a hurry-up offense, no-huddle offense, to do it.
And Marino goes on the quick count a lot, but I think he's making sure the front he's facing, because this is a very tough bunch of defensive players.
Where are those guys coming from?
Second down and 10. The ball is on the 45, Colin. Dwight Stevenson is the snapper. Marino with a lot of time now. He throws back to Tony Nathan. Nathan breaks the tackle and gets to the 36. Tuiasa Sopo, the nose man, helped on that tackle. Now we're going to see how tired the defense is, maybe with the humidity and heat. And Marino.
I think the 49er defense, they got a lot of guys sapping right now. Take a look at that.
Yep.
A lot of guys leaning on their hands, leaning on their thigh guards right now.
Gasping for that air. It is hot. Marino's 301 yards passing. Third down and a yard. Uh-oh, flags go. Short yardage offense. Looked like Foster jumped.
Roy Foster. He's a big fella. I coached him in an all-star game.
Should have worked on his snap count with it.
Number 61, offense, 5 yards, first down.
You mentioned that. I talked to him about, playing for Don Shula here, and I said, you don't look as heavy. He said, Don Shula remodeled my body.
It's still about a yard to go, but now it's third down. Make that 6, third down and 6 as they moved her back. Marino's now back into the shotgun. And calling out a play, a new play. Intercepted by Ronnie Lott. Lateral back to number 46, Holmo. Holmo's got a lot of people helping him here. He's going to go in. Let's see if there are any flags. It was Marino to Lott to Holmo. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Now, Tom, believe this or not, that's the first interception in Tom Holmo's career playing for the 49ers. You'll see Holmo working inside out. He'll drop back in the middle of your screen here. Here he comes. He's going to dissect it right there. It was a poor throw, a hurried throw. Lott laterals the football. Now it's a foot race. You're going to see Marino come over here and act as if he's a linebacker. He sees the swarm of red jerseys. He says, no, I don't want a piece of that.
I'll tell you, that first down, or that third down and short jumping off sides really put Marino into the jackpot, didn't it?
How'd you like that old rugby play, huh?
Ronnie Lott, lather into Holmo. Touchdown, 31-9.
Now they actually don't give Holmo an interception return. but he'd never had an interception before, Tom. He's probably going to want credit for that.
His first TD. Homo.
Let's take another look to the right side of your screen. You'll see lot number 42 working inside. Now he works inside out right there, reading the quarterback. He intercepts the ball. Sees Homo, number 46, right there, flips it to him. Great poise under pressure. Great poise under pressure. He picks up a row of blockers. You know, many times when this happens, Tom, you get the ball in your hand, everyone has a code word that they yell, like Oski or fire, fire. Then all the people that didn't see the interception, or in this case the lateral, are alerted, and they start forming a protection wall for the return man.
It was a total 70-yard interception return. Lott only had 4 yards of it, but he's going to get credit for most of it. He gets the interception. Homo, 66 yards with a lateral and the touchdown.
The two rookie corners, Tim McKyer and Don Griffin, call him the sergeant because he says all he does all week long is yell at us, and then in the game all he does is yell at us.
Remember in 81?
Yeah,
he and Eric Wright were the rookie corners. The whole secondary was rookies. Super Bowl time. Davenport at the 2. On his feet to the 27-yard line. Rathman making a tackle. The NFL today starts it all off next week. Doubleheader game 1. Can the Vikings and that great passing game of Kramer's take on the Chicago Bears and win? They might.
Minnesota is a better team than a lot of people think. We saw them in the opener. They didn't play well, but they're a good football team. They've given up very few points, Tom.
Second game is, of course, Dallas-Denver. Most of you will see Don Strock is in, number 10. Marino with 4 interceptions. The last one.
Strock would be starting for many teams in the National Football League. Good quarterback.
Starting right out in the shotgun.
He's only thrown 5 passes so far this year.
Boy, that San Francisco defense just kept battling it in there. The flags are down. Strock throws for Clayton. 49er bodies in that secondary were flying all over. Very few penalties in this game. Two good teams.
Mr. Marino, I know he's got to be upset, but you know something? To be doing as well as he's been doing, you're bound to have a bad day. But you've got to give credit to the 49er defense. They came in here the number 2 defense in football. And it just shows how important it is to be strong on both sides of the line of scrimmage.
Holding 57. Offense, 10 yards, first down.
57 detected for holding. Marino and the Dolphins go to New England, Foxborough, for a lovely game against the Patriots next week. That's not going to be easy. Dwight Stevenson was called for holding. Strock is in, number 10, the screen to the right side. Tony Nathan gets a couple of yards. Let's go to New York City and an update with Brent Musburger.
Well, Brookie, the Giants have gone ahead of the Saints for the first time this afternoon. Phil Simms did it. Second touchdown pass of the game. It's to Zeke Moat. It's now 2017. Fourth quarter, Giants with the lead. We'll keep you up to date. Back to Brookie.
Okay, Brent, those Giants continue to hang in there, and they've got the kind of defense that'll take them a long way. Good throw by Strock to the 42, Pruitt making the catch. By the way, the last time Miami lost with Marino, passing for over 300 yards, was the Super Bowl game against San Francisco.
Isn't that something?
Yep. Shades of. First and 10. 4-man rush by the 49ers. Who've got to be tired in this humidity, but boy, they're still coming on the pass rush.
And here come some more rushers. They just keep rotating those defensive rushers in there. Bill McPherson with the defensive line has done an exceptional job. And this is why it's so important, if you can, roster-wise, keep defensive linemen on your roster. Boy, they're hard to draft, hard to locate once you don't have enough of them.
You know, Joe Cribbs will be probably available for full-time duty, the real good running back. That will be alongside Roger Craig, so the 49ers could be getting healthy just at the right time.
Plus, Wendell Tyler could be eligible to come back, too. And you know how good he is.
Great blocker, as well as a great runner. Second down, 10. Strock is calling and changing. Here come 4 red shirts after it. Complete. Clayton ducks to the 47. Matt Moore making that number 89. Slow down by the defensive lineman just a tad. Strock to the 46-yard line.
You know, Tom,
Moore again.
Miami goes ahead to lose this football game and go into the fifth game 1-3. It'll be the worst start since Don Shula took over. Worst start since Don Shula took over in 1970.
1970 to now. That's the worst start, huh? Strock moving forward, still gets it off. Inside the 30 goes Mark Duper. Boy, that was a good throw.
It was. 1969, they went 5-1 under George Wilson. Remember George Wilson?
Yeah, and then Don Shula came from the Baltimore Colts and has taken this team to the heights. In fact, they're the only team to ever go to the Super Bowl 3 straight years back in the 70s. Strock complete again. Tony Nathan to the 16-yard line.
See, the 49ers are playing very loose now, just giving them these yards they can afford to with the kind of lead they have. The only thing it does is it hurts their defensive stats in terms of comparison to the rest of the league and their position.
Strock throwing quickly to the 10-yard line. Mark Duper. The hurry up there is still 5 minutes and 20-some-odd seconds on the clock. The interception run back might have been the nail.
That kind of play is just really got to take the sap out of you, you know.
Next for the 49ers, the Colts, and then the Vikings. Not a bad part of their schedule. Touchdown. Matt Moore. And Strock probably did not see the catch because he was knocked down.
That's Nat Moore. Nat Moore has caught 478 passes in his career from Miami, and he's averaged a touchdown every 7th reception. Remarkable player for the Miami Dolphins. It all goes for naught, though, Tom.
Does today. Revez is in there to kick, number 7. The holder is Strock. Big cheer goes up as the kick is straight and true. Almost 5 minutes left.
You're going to see right here, he'll come out of the backfield, Nat Moore, working up inside Ferrari, number 54. He gives a little move to Ronnie Lott, 42, to stick him and hold him, and then takes the catch in the end zone.
Most of the people are staying here in the sunshine. Maybe they're just baking out. Nobody's left this beautiful ballpark, but it's old. And of course, the new stadium down the road will be operating in August of next year when the Chicago Bears come in for preseason against the Dolphins. Joe Robbie has a new $100 million ballpark there. It's under construction right now.
I hope he builds a new facility for the coaches. That facility for the coaches and their offices is really the number 28 in the league.
And the locker room, too, I suppose.
Gosh, yeah. I imagine they'll build a whole new complex.
You can see that score, 31-16. Marino came out in the first half, had 3 interceptions. But the Dolphins controlled most of the third period and simply couldn't get anything. Missed field goals, missed chances. And the 4th interception was too much. Nat Moore's 69th career touchdown reception is what we just saw. 69. He slowed down a little bit, but he's still quite a foxy player. Here's the overshift, and Revez kicks it down into the corner here. It's a live ball, and it is touched down at the back line by Don Griffin. Coming up today after the game, CBS Sports presents the America's Polo Championship from Greenwich, Connecticut. It's Argentina's perennial polo power, and everybody knows this, against the best of North America. It ought to be interesting, so stay tuned. I wouldn't mind selling them a couple of horses, I'll tell you that. It's a great sport to watch, though, you know?
I have never watched it.
Haven't you?
No, it was never very big in Calistoga.
The Argentines are favored 5 chukkers to 3. Kemp has gone all the way at quarterback. Much more productive in the first half than in the second. That's Tony Cherry. Did he get the line of scrimmage? Hendel, the young linebacker, made the tackle. Look at Tony Cherry, 5'7", about 180 pounds.
But he can move.
He's a good run back man, too. They haven't used him that way.
I know it. He averaged 23.5 yards for a career returning kicks in college.
There he is right there. Well, that's Rathman. There's Cherry to the left there. That's Rathman, the big fullback out of Nebraska. Number 44. Second down 10. The toss back to Rathman. Hit hard. Spins for maybe 1.
Very good nose guard play by Jerome Foster, number 78, working inside out on the play. Did a nice job on that, Tom.
Rathman is quite a nice target to tackle. I mean, he's a tough guy, and he doesn't try to get away from any people.
Oh, he's 232 pounds. You know, he's almost typical of the I fullback Nebraska-style guy. You know, the big guy that leads the tailback up in there, takes on the linebackers and blocks defensive linemen as they come off pass protection blocks by offensive linemen. Big, strong guy.
McVeigh then picked him up number 3 in the draft. Here's the rollout right. Tip throwing back, wide open down the middle. It's Russ Francis. You don't see Russ Francis doing a lot of spectacular things these days, but he is really an efficient football player right now.
A great sucker type play. You're going to see the offensive lineman here pull. Direction here. You'll see the tight end cross against flow. Quarterback keep it and throw it to him. Watch this. All action going the other way. Bob Brown, 51, not totally fooled, but you don't need much time to get this one off. Here comes Russ Francis. Nice catch, first down. Big play.
First catch for Francis, a 14-yarder. Final score, Washington rolls 19-14 over Seattle. Seattle's first loss. Wallace looked like he brought that hand up a little early.
He's a rookie out of Auburn, a number 4 pick, 86. He blocked for Bo Jackson a few times in his career. But I think he knew the snap count when he was blocking for Bo Jackson, didn't he?
Yeah, but you know that the 49er rookies are men. You know, they're grown-looking players. Wallace is a...
The rookies are bigger than the veterans, except for Big Bubba.
By the way, the numbers on Jeff Kemp, 14 of 29, 167 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He is the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. Inside handoff, Rathman with the ball covered up with both hands to the 37. TJ Turner and Hendel in there, the linebacker that replaced Offerdahl.
Bill Walsh has got to be very pleased about the performance of his football team to come down here in this situation. It's really the first quality offensive team his defense has had to face this year in the first 3 games. Tampa Bay was the opener, right? Los Angeles Rams, not a big offensive team. The number 2 game. Last week it was New Orleans. Now he comes to Miami and brings this very fine defensive team down here. They really get the test, and they pass the test. Got to go home with a lot of confidence.
Especially playing a team coached by Shula. You know, here's a fellow that's been getting teams ready for big games for 24 years.
And you know something, Tom, what I found when I used to coach against Shula is I found a way to do a better job that day than maybe I did the week before or the week after, just because it was Shula coming to town or we were going there. He has such a mystique about him within the National Football League that it brings the best out of you.
Fear is a great motivator when you're coaching against people like this, huh?
You bet.
I thought he did the best Saturday coaching job. I was amazed that he was into every department of this team. You know?
Into everything, from the kickoff return to the goal line defense. He was involved with everything going on the field.
He greeted me by saying, Tom, there is no such thing as a tackle eligible. I was kidding him about a play that they'd run against the Eagles. He said, now you can help me with my defense. But he seemed very loose, didn't he?
He did.
Second down and 9. Francis is the motion man. Rathman stringing out the play. The Dolphins do a good job. About the line of scrimmage, Moyer makes the tackle. Alex the Cat, they call him. Number 54.
Bruce Colley is over playing left tackle now, Tom, number 69.
31-16 San Francisco.
And unfortunately, that's the weather picture for tonight.
Roger is a weatherman. He knows the difference between little storms and big storms. And recently, when he saw a big one coming, the first place he went was his Honda generator dealer.
Hey, you're the weatherman. I need a real good generator.
And by the time the storm hit, Roger was prepared. The Honda generator, because you never know what the weather will bring.
Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today. Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
From the Goodyear ship, the Enterprise. Captain Jim Maloney up there and our cameraman, Fred Hildebrand. Boy, what a sight. Beautiful day down there. You know, the breeze has been constant.
I think it's a lot warmer down on the field, though, than the temperature and the humidity reading we gave them at the start of the ball game.
Yeah, when people are beating on your head and shoulders, it's a lot hotter, too.
You got all that equipment on you, you know.
2-minute warning, 31-16. San Francisco, this half, is at 82 yards rushing and 20 yards passing, 102 total yards in the second half. The Dolphins really had some good opportunities in the third period and just didn't capitalize at all.
Well, throwing those interceptions, sometimes being as hot a quarterback as Marino was, you can almost get to start to think you can throw it anywhere, you know what I mean, and make it work.
Third down and 8. Cherry makes the corner. As you can hear the cracking. The flags are down at the 39. Face mask, huh? It'd be hard not to grab him by the face mask. He's 5'7". No, holding on the offense.
Oh, really?
Andy Hindle made that stop. Did you see a face mask grab?
I thought they grabbed his face mask right there before he went out of the bounds.
Holding, offense, number 62. Penalty is declined. Fourth down.
Can you believe that Joe Robbie brought this franchise in here in 1965? There's Big McIntyre.
McIntyre, you know, he was the original refrigerator, meaning that he was the first lineman to get up in the backfield and start running, and then the next year the Bears came with the fridge and used it on them, remember?
I know it, that's right. Made the refrigerator a rich man. This is the 7th punt for Maxie Reniger. This is just an average kick against that breeze. Now it takes a little bit of a San Francisco bounce. There it'll be killed. The Dolphins will come out on the 26-yard line with 1:42 left. It's 31-16.
For just a minute, we'd like to interrupt the serious work being done on IBM personal computers to announce a birthday. Ours. It's the 5th birthday of our expanding family of IBM personal computers. We'd like to thank all the people who have bought over 3 million of them, and to invite a few million more people to visit an authorized IBM dealer or call their IBM representative and join the celebration.
Rollo, where's the package?
I have no idea. And the Air Express Company has no idea either.
Hold it. If you'd used Federal Express, you wouldn't be having this problem. Come with me. Federal tracks your package with scanners from where it's picked up to where it's delivered. Giving you its exact status within 30 minutes or your money back.
Next time, send it Federal Express. Why fool around with anyone else?
I had no idea Federal did that. Absolutely no idea.
Oldsmobile quality. You not only hear it, you feel it.
Don't forget, tonight on CBS, who turned an 8-year-old kid onto marijuana? Her mother did. Would you believe parents as pushers? That's on 60 Minutes. Followed by Murder, She Wrote, and then the CBS Sunday movie, Under the Influence, all coming up tonight right here on CBS. By the way, Nathan has 101 yards receiving, 10 catches, Duper 7 for 102, Clayton 7 for 86. And the Dolphins are losing.
Well, again, it's so obvious to every fan that's been watching the ballgame. You turn it over like the Miami has, you're going to lose.
Strock is 8 of 9 for 82. Four-man rush, a little stunt. Strock just dumps it over, looking for some kind of a
Middle screen. Yeah, middle screen. I think a defensive lineman grabbed Tony Nathan and didn't let him get out. Number 22 was locked up in that pile.
Dwayne Board was putting extra pressure on the quarterback. Scores around the league. Philadelphia still over the Los Angeles Rams. That would be the Rams' first loss.
Yeah, Philadelphia's first win. That's a big win for Buddy. Believe me, he needed it in Philadelphia this week.
I wonder what he's like after
mad.
a victory.
I don't know, but they were getting mad in Philly out there.
Score here is 31-16 with a little over a minute and a half left. Second down 10. The blitz is on. Strock just airmails it harmlessly over Mark Clayton's head. Boy, it's hard to keep the team thinking about the offense when it's gone, huh?
You bet it is. But this Strock, he doesn't get many opportunities to play, but over his career, he's a 55.9% thrower, having thrown 37 touchdowns, one less pass interception with 36. He's been under pressure before and played a lot, but he gets into these kind of situations now. All is lost, you know. I don't know, but hey, they pay him well.
The Dolphins have 365 yards passing, and yet they're going to lose. Last week they had, what, 500 total yards and lost.
Right.
Intended for Pruitt, almost intercepted by Don Griffin.
Tom, you know, over the last 3 or 4 years, teams that run win. Let me put it this way. Teams that have throw for more than 300 yards only win about 46% of the time.
See, we think that that's the way to, you know, life with the rich and famous, but it really isn't. If you rush the ball 40 times, what do you win? About 90% of the game?
Yes, it's way up there, Tom. I think there's 3 losses in the last year and a half, last year and this season, when a team rushed the ball 40 times or more. But you've got to throw efficiently. You know what I mean? Get the big plays out of the passing game.
Is Kemp doing that, do you think? Is he able to do that?
Yes, he is doing it real well.
Roby has just kicked a moonshot. It hits at the 10-yard line, goes into the end zone. With the wind to his back, he kicked that one 80-some-odd yards.
I thought he was sending it to Cape Kennedy.
A 73-yard punt, so you can tack on 15 yards to that. The coach.
He handles adversity awfully well. I expected to see him Friday when we got there, really down and all that, but he wasn't. He was charged, and he's got his football team back fired up, ready to play, and you have to give credit to the 49ers coming here and just outplaying them.
Fred Lafty, your son Steven is at the stadium manager's office.
A 1-3 start. Has any team come back from that and made the playoffs?
Well, what were the Raiders the year they beat us in the Super Bowl? They had a bad start that year.
And they became the wild card.
Yes, they won under the Super Bowl. And I don't know if it was a 1-3, but I know it wasn't very good.
49ers will go to 3-1. Rathman gets another carry. The flags are down out there now. I'm waiting for the NFL to perhaps expand one of these days, and then we'd realign some teams. Do you think that that's going to be? Are they going to go to 30 or 32 teams, you think, someday soon?
I don't know. Pete hasn't called me about it lately, you know. Roselle, that is.
Haberling calls number 68, John Ayers, for holding. 1:09 on the clock. Big Texan.
You know, getting back to that 300-yard passing game and being exact with it, last year there were 202 of them, and they only won 45% of the time. I think that can happen, Tom, many times because you're throwing behind and throwing more often. More often than not, it's because you're playing a defense that just takes away the run.
When you're rushing the football, the clock continues to run. I think that's a big part of it. Yeah. The other team doesn't have the ball, period.
Wallace again.
I would say the game is getting a little bit sloppy.
You know something? Steve Wallace was a math major. He's been offside twice.
He can do square roots, but the snap count's got it.
They like this guy. They think he's going to be a real player.
Oh, yeah. Big adjustment for any college lineman is, of course, the pass blocking, right?
Yeah.
1:09 left on the clock in this fourth quarter. 1st and 25. Facing Kemp, who's gone all the way at quarterback. Orosky has not taken a snap. Rathman right behind the left tackle spot. Wallace.
You know, the 49ers actually ought to be 4-0. You know, the game they lost to the Rams, there was a very highly disputed fumble-type play, pitch, was it not, against the Rams?
Yeah, they blocked a field goal with 65 yards with it. They stopped Dickerson with 70 yards rushing.
It was a forward lateral, though, what is it?
That's right. Yeah. NFL next week. Don't forget, it all starts with the NFL today on CBS. Minnesota against Chicago. We've seen the Vikings this year, and they are a different team. The Bears look like they're the same old miserable self, but it's going to be a good one that starts it all off.
I believe Minnesota will really give them all they can handle. They have a good offense. The defense is just playing super.
And of course, the second game, that's 9:30 Pacific time. The second game is, well, there is a bell ring. 1 o'clock Pacific time. Dallas against Denver. At Denver, at Mile High. Tampa Bay against the Rams for some of you people here in this market. Next Sunday on CBS, where pro football is really a lot of fun. 49ers have rushed the ball 20 times this half with only 7 passes. And by the way, Jeff Kemp has not been sacked this afternoon.
Oh, good offensive line play. Now, people might say, well, Miami's defense is not very good in that regard, but they had 12 sacks coming into the ball game, number 4 in the NFL.
Second down and 22. Good point. Fumble by Tony Cherry. He never did have the handle. Kemp says the red shirts have it.
You know what happens many times when you get a short player? Your quarterback turns and hands the ball off in the normal plane, and that guy's lower, so you hit him up underneath the throat. I'm not kidding you.
Above the numbers.
You have to coach a quarterback to recognize when you're handing off to a smaller guy. Let's see if we can see that from the end zone and see if that happened. Cherry is the deep back in the I formation behind the fullback. Ball's going to be handed off deep. See, and the ball is maybe handled a little high, and it just pops forward. See it popping forward? Really hard to tell from that angle, but I do know as a coach, we used to always coach our quarterbacks. You got a short guy in there, bend the knees a little bit more and get down and insert it a little lower. He's built lower to the ground.
And quarterbacks have to think about handoffs anyway. You sort of have to constantly tell them that, don't you?
Insert the key in the lock. Little Tony Cherry. Here's another look at it. Let's see if we can see. Now follow the quarterback as he comes out. He has it right there nicely. See, he does give it to him just a little high. Not, you know, up there above the numbers, was it not, Tom?
Cherry goes right in after it, or it would have been a loose ball.
He would crawl in underneath those guys.
By the way, coming in, time of possession for the San Francisco team was 35 minutes on that clock, which means they've been controlling that tempo as well as the clock.
Yeah. Eagles got their first win. Kemp keeps playing quarterback as well as he's doing, he's going to be able to use that MBA he just earned in the offseason to hit a real good advantage with a new contract.
Yeah, they might be talking to him on the plane on the way back to the Bay Area. No timeouts left for Miami now. This is Cherry. He locks horns with it. My gosh, 5 Dolphins jumping. Brophy was first. They can't stop the clock now.
There's a flag on the field.
Flag on the field. You can't end the game on a defensive penalty. Last week against New Orleans, they ran a play very late. Everybody had gone into the shower. Half the guys came out with soap on themselves.
Then they had offensive players lined up in defensive positions.
Number 99 on the defense.
Face mask, George Little.
It's 4th down.
4th down.
Can't even read the number on that guy. He's got, his chest is so big and everything else, it distorts the number. You can't even read it. Oh, 98. Is that 98 or 99? That's 99. That's George Little.
He played for Hayden Fry at Iowa. Well, they are all big on that team. He comes right out of there like
you notice you notice how tight those jerseys are around the middle. One reason is they don't want the offensive linemen to be able to grab them. You know, they still do, but that's one reason they wear the tighter jersey.
3rd down. 3rd down now. They're going to call it 3rd down or 4th down. It's 4th down. They
It will be 3rd down.
It will be 3rd down again then. Mr. Hedlund has informed us. Everybody had the play burned, but he's going to make you replay that one again. It's 3rd down and 10. Ball is on the 20-yard line. 4-man rush. This could well be the last play of the game.
I wonder what Dave Shula, the roommate of Kemp, the quarterback, thinks now, huh?
Fumble by Kemp. What you don't want is for anybody to get careless and get an injury, just trying to get the game over.
Fred Quillen, the center, is still in there. That's the first bad exchange we've had.
So a rather forgettable offensive series this time for the 49ers. They're still...
It's amazing when a game is this situation, they don't have to concentrate very much, but you can see what it does to the execution of an offense when you don't concentrate.
The 49ers are already thinking about the trip home, and the Dolphins are thinking about going to New England next week and playing another tough game.
And the nice thing about flying home is you gain the 3 hours. They might have it, you know, they might be home in time to have a cool one. You know?
That's the last play of the game. San Francisco 49ers 31. On 16.
I like to see that. Bill Walsh and Don Shula, 2 of the great coaches, shaking hands. Jeff Kemp talking to the opposing coach. So for Dick Vermeil, this is Tom Brookshire reminding you once again the final score: San Francisco 31, Miami 16. Stay tuned for the NFL Today postgame show.